Boom.
Very
Okay.
funny, Russ. Very funny.
So we have everything should be good to go right now. Interview with Sin and Punishment. Refresh kick. And I should be live on Twitch, okay, as well. Alright, we're live on all 3 platforms. Perfect. So, usual introduction. So, give me a second. Sorry, here we go. Alright. Hey guys, this is the Hidden Hero. I'm back with an interesting interview with the one, the only Mr. Sin and Punishment. You know him. He is the man, probably nicknamed the Master Grinder. He never stops grinding, at least minimum 12 to 14 hours every single day is what I've seen. I think Monday through Friday, I believe. But you could correct me on that. But the idea is you've been honestly a huge, ginormous inspiration to, I think, every single person that sees you grind every single day. You motivate other people to grind as well. It's actually incredibly inspiring, and I am honestly humbled to actually do this interview with you, which I graciously thank you for this.
Yeah, thank you, Hito. First of all, thank you for having me.
Sure.
When you reached out to me asking this, that was honestly the biggest honor to have, to have somebody of your caliber.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you do for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I know the effort you put in for the game, for your streams, for your channels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody of your caliber to find or to pay attention and to recognize somebody out there that piques your interest and to come to me and ask to do this interview is more it's an honor, more so that somebody like you yourself was interested in this, because I think about you very highly. I look at you, I see what you do and everything that you all the work that you put in.
Of course.
So for a split second, I said to myself, really? Is that the Hidden Hero? Reaching out to me. So that was a very special moment, and a moment I certainly will never forget as I move forward. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having this happen.
Yes, definitely. I feel like I said, we feel great, and let's get right into this interview. Are you ready for this, man?
I am, brother. Let's do it, man.
All right, let's go. All right, so the first question, so everyone buckle your seats. We got a nice long interview tonight. Well, today, actually. Let's get right into it. So the first question is a 2-in-1. Who is Sin and Punishment, and where did the name come from?
Oh, very good question. Very good question. So I am as normal as they come. Sin and Punishment is as normal as a man as they come. I was born in New York. You're familiar with New York? I think you reside.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Near there. So I was born in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I have two. I have two brothers. Did most of my growing up though in New Jersey.
Okay.
And for the most part, I just kept to myself. I think I grew up pretty wise. I think I'm a fairly wise, intelligent guy. Grew up like a normal kid, but I just grew up as a dreamer. Sin and Punishment grew up as a dreamer for some reason. Even at the youngest of years, I just had the biggest ideas and the biggest dreams that I just wanted to do, just be on top of the world, just do the biggest of things. So of course, like any normal person, they have those dreams and they fail, and I've certainly failed. But I just kept going. So did all that normal stuff that everybody goes through in their life. I'm also a Christian man.
Okay.
So that is very important about who I am as a person and everything that I do and believe in, and how I present myself, and most importantly, how I treat other people. Right. So that's very important. Sin and Punishment is also an athlete. I'm blessed to have an athletic body, and I do use it. I go out and I'm a track athlete.
Okay.
So a track and field athlete. So I do run, I sprint. And and one of my biggest things too, apart that's has a lot to do with who I am and my identity, is I'm a heavy gamer. Let's be real, right?
Okay.
I'm a heavy gamer, and I believe that when you have a passion in your heart, a desire in your heart,
Hmm.
ignore ignore the noise, in the background. If people want to judge it, let them.
Right.
If people want to tell you why are you doing that for, let them say that, right?
Right. Right.
Just go go for what you love and your passions, and that's really what kind of like puts the exclamation point on the back of Sin and Punishment and who I am. It's just do be who you are, learn who you are, understand your identity,
Hmm.
um and and live out who you truly are, and what makes you happy, and that's it. And
Okay.
the right people will notice that, and the people that you might not fit in, that doesn't quite fit in your life, you you just stay away from, and you
Right.
move forward.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Right.
who I am. That's who I am. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer, and I'm a go-getter.
Okay. So you're a
uh
dreamer, a go-getter. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. And for the second part of that question, where did I get the name from?
Hmm.
It's an interesting name, right? It's an interesting name. Even
Uh-huh.
as a Christian man, it's weird. People say
Yeah.
like, "Wow,"
Seem
right,
masochistic
right,
to me.
right, right, right. So, I'll tell you. I'll start off with where it didn't come from,
Okay. Sure.
and where it didn't come from was there's this Nintendo 64 game
I was just
called
gonna ask that. You're absolutely
Real.
right. Yes, I was.
And did you know about this game prior to the interview and everything?
So the funny thing is, I've tried that game, the N64 Sin and Punishment. I tried it for a little bit, but I couldn't like. I don't know. For some reason, at the time, I just lost interest in it. It's a fun game, but for me, I was just busy with other things. But I just couldn't, make the time to just beat it. It's like one of those games I just picked up and I just forgot about. But go ahead. So it's not.
Really?
It's not from the game.
It's not from the game, and in fact, I never even knew the game existed. By the time I came up with my name and created my Sin and Punishment name
Uh-huh.
for every game I played,
Right.
I never even knew the game existed. Never. So
Wow.
it certainly does not. Yeah, it certainly didn't come from there. And I'll be honest with you, Hito.
Mhm.
I hate that there's a game out there called Sin and Punishment, because I'll be playing games, right? And then
Mhm.
people message me, they whisper me in game, or
Mhm.
see me in town, or depending on whatever game I'm playing,
Mhm.
and they're just like, "Hey, dude, hey, bro, awesome name," and I get excited. I'm just like, "Oh, fine, they love my name." I'm like, "All right, let's go, let's go." I'm like, "Thank you, man, thank you so much. I love
Mhm.
my name too." They're like, "Yeah, fantastic game. It was such a fun game." I'm like, "No, no, that's not where it came from. No, no, no." So that's why I don't like that there is a game out there, because a lot of people know of the game, and they immediately think it comes from there.
So
But
go ahead.
go ahead. Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
no, no, no. When you said punishment, that's why I noticed on your Twitch you put two T's at the end of it to show that's not the same game. I think.
No, that's funny, and that's funny, but that is not why I did it. There's
Oh,
yeah, it was just that somebody else has the name
oh,
out there
sorry.
on Twitch. I can't have the exact same name. Somebody has Sin and Punishment, spelled correctly,
Okay, okay, okay.
and you better believe, I whispered him. I was just like, "Hey, dude, I looked at your profile, your Twitch page. You haven't been live in like 4 years. You haven't even done a thing. Nothing has happened. What are you doing? Taking up my sexy name. Give it to me, please." But he never responded back, and I'm still waiting for a response, because he is holding my name, and it hurts me. Um,
Aw.
but where the name does come from,
Yeah,
the
sorry.
real place where it does come from. It's a little lengthy of a story, but I'm going to try my best to keep it short.
Do what you got to do,
Um,
man. The floor is
right.
yours.
I appreciate that, man. So, are you familiar with the game World of Warcraft? A lot of people are. I'm not sure if you've ever played it, but it's a very popular game, World of Warcraft.
Okay, so I've heard of the game many, 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 many times. Never played it, sadly.
All right, no problem, no problem. So, I was big. I was big on World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I was king in that game, and I try to be king in everything that I do. That's just my personality, right?
Okay.
I don't do something to not be the best. That doesn't mean I will be the best, but I certainly put the effort in to try to be the best. So in World of Warcraft, I was king. Everybody knew my name, Sin and Pun, right? Everybody knew me.
Okay.
And what you would normally do is in the front of the main town is where that was like the common area where people would duel each other, right? Like you request a duel and it's like a little one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
and it's filled, it's crowded. It's like the hangout spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I show up, everybody's like, yo, Sin and Punishment's here. He's like, yo, this guy's good. This guy doesn't lose, right? And I love that, right? That's
Mhm.
I built that kind of reputation and I'm big on reputation and I'm big on image and all that stuff.
Okay.
So I duel people and I win, and people are like, wow, you're so good. How'd you do that? And then somebody else is like, yo, duel me. I duel them, beat them, right? So I really built a name for myself. I was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Until one weird day, there was this like character that dueled me, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And the weirdest thing was happening. I thought he was like bugging me out, or I thought he was like cheating or hacking or something. But my character I kept losing control of my character. Like I can't move it the way I want to move him. I can't, if I want to move left, he's not doing it. If I want to run away, he's not doing it. If I want to chase the guy, he's not, right? It's like just a lot of weird stuff are happening.
Okay.
And it's frustrating, right? Like I've never experienced this. I've never, it's frustrating and it's stress. Hito, when I tell you, it's stressing me out because it's not just the duel anymore for me. It's my reputation. It's like my image is like people are watching me duel and I'm getting my butt spanked. I'm losing. I'm getting my butt spanked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like I'm stressing, and it was very tough. It was just very frustrating. I didn't know what was going on, and people are saying, yo, Sin's about to lose, and then I end up losing, right? And then this guy acts like all tough. He's just like, oh, good job, good game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, not good game, not good job. What was that? What's going on here? So I fight him again, and I'm just like, it must have been like a bug duel or something. So I duel him again, and it starts happening again. So I'm freaking out, I'm stressing out, and like it's like my whole world is crashing down.
Mm-hmm.
So then I took a step back and I just like breathed for a second, and I was just like, I'm still in the middle of the duel. I really am still in the middle of the duel. And I noticed that when it happened, I see a debuff on my character. Like it's like it's real. Something is happening to my character, but it's a part of the game apparently.
Right.
So I'm just like, what is that? What is this? So I put my mouse over it, and my character was getting like spam feared. It like every half a second just feared, and I lose control of my character. Then after it's done, half a second later, feared again. It's like permanently like feared.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, so it says feared. So it's like, it lets me know that my character's feared. So I'm just like, is this guy cheating? Just he found a way to just fear me all the time.
Right.
And the name of the debuff that was causing me all of this stress, all of this turmoil, all of this just horrible feelings.
Mm-hmm.
The name of it was called Sin and Punishment.
Wow.
And that was the name of this thing that was driving me and crazy and just ruining me. And I don't know what it was. I've never heard of a name of a debuff or a buff that was just named such an odd name, Sin and Punishment. And I just fell in love with it because it really messed me up. But now that I knew what it was, I was able to avoid it, right? Like understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I beat the guy. And then he played me again because he beat me the first time. So he was just like best 2 out of 3. I was like, you better believe it. You better believe it. And I smoked him. And then I got my rep and I felt good again. But then that name just always stuck with me. It was like something terrible that happened in my life because, this was a very important part of my life to like my reputation and how I was so good at the game. So a very terrible thing that like really got me, really stressed me out. I was able to figure it out, overcome it, and come right back. And it's just kind of like how you should go through life anyway, right? Life is not always going to be like sunshine and rainbows, right? You're going to be hit with horrible things, things that you're not going to understand or things that you don't think you deserve, but things happen. And the best way to go about it is not to cry or moan or complain, but to find out what it is, right? Understand it,
right?
Handle it or go around it, and then keep moving forward. And that's kind of what I did. And I'll never forget that those words, Sin and Punishment.
Wow,
So that's where my name comes from. And then now there's a game out there that everyone thinks it comes from the game. But yeah,
wow,
that's it. Sin
that's
and
a
punishment.
very that sounds like a very inspiring situation. Very very inspiring story. I'm glad you told me that. So I have two questions that came to mind before we get into the next question, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. This is your show, brother.
Really quick, when is your birthday? Like don't give me the year, but like when's like what time of the month is it? Like was your birthday?
So I'm not sure if you know, but my birthday was just passed very recently. And that was on February 23rd. Shout out to all the people born in February. Kings and queens are born on the month of February. But
Okay.
yeah, February 23rd.
Awesome.
And I'll throw the year out
No,
there.
you don't have to. Oh, okay.
1992 is the year. So I just turned 33 years old.
Well, congratulations to you. That
I know, I'm an old man. I know
hey,
you don't have to say.
I'm 37. Okay, so don't worry.
You look fantastic, brother.
Thank you.
What are you eating? You clearly are taking your vitamins. I like it. You look great, brother.
True. And the next question is, for all the ladies that are out there, they want to know: are you single?
Who wants to know that? I love it. Great question. I am single. Yeah, I am single.
Okay.
Single and ready to mingle? Maybe not. Because I'm chilling, right? I'm chilling. I love what I do.
Okay.
I'm a free man. So I enjoy what I do. I enjoy hanging out with the Lost Relics family that I've made, every single one of them, all the guys, all the girls, right? So as of right now, I am single. That's the answer to the question, but I'm just enjoying so much of what I do.
Okay.
So I'm not even thinking in that department right
okay.
now.
Hey, listen, that's all I wanted to hear. That was it. I didn't want to go any further than that. Now, let's continue with the actual questions. So, oops, hit the mic. What do you do for a living? This is what we want to know. What do you do for a living? Because you mentioned track. Hold on, you mentioned track, but like, how does that pay for like everything? Like, are you working like full time at the Olympics, or like what is it? Like we need to know this question. Be as specific as possible, please.
Be as specific as possible. That's funny because I came in here saying to myself, I gotta be as like not specific as possible. But I'm kidding. All right, so I knew this was gonna be a big question, right? It's a very obviously everybody here is smart. Everybody here is intelligent, right? They know something is going on. Because I'm here every day, right? I'm here every day for 12 to 14 hours every single day. How does something like that work? So, and I'm happy that you asked that first question where I ended up talking about like how I am a dreamer and I am I see things and I just want to go for them. Win or lose, succeed or fail does not matter. Does not matter here. It's you just go, right? You have a dream in life and you go. So doing this streaming on top of one or two other things are a very heavy portion or a part of my life that just I need to go for it. I need to do it. I need to go for it. It needs to be done. Whether I succeed or fail is irrelevant, right? I hope we all understand that. Like everybody who's listening, it doesn't matter if you succeed or you fail. As long as you could say that I've tried to do what I wanted to do. A lot of people, they go down a route in life of what they claim to be the safe route, right? Oh, this is safe. This is safer. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I'm stressed out here, but it's safer. No, that's not how I do it. And a lot of the times that's not even true, right? Sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm going to stay in this job because it's safer, but I hate it, but it's safer. But then you get laid off. How safe was it? How safe was it? You just lost your job, right? Like it happens. So just go for it. So as far as what I do for a living, I've, as of, I'm going to say this real quick. This is what I'm doing for a living right now. How could I not? Right? It really is. How could I not? I'm here every single day.
Right.
But I know that's not the answer you guys are looking for. So the thing is that when we back up a little bit, I've done a lot of a lot of 9 to 5 grinding,
Okay.
mainly security type work,
Okay.
right? Very boring, but it's very, like overtime hours. I'm talking like 16 hours a day. Maybe, I'm not saying that it translates over to why I can stream so long
Mm-hmm.
for so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but I've just completely um demolished my hard work ethic into overtime hours in many different security positions. 16,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even playing 16 hours nearly every single day, 6 days
Sheesh.
a week, 16. It wasn't too bad because the job's boring. You're just sitting there and doing nothing.
Mm.
So that being said, because I have so much off time or so much downtime in these 16-hour jobs, I'm collecting decent paychecks because of all the overtime hours.
Right.
But found myself saying, I don't want to live my life like this. I
Mm.
can't. Like I do, like I do have a blessed athletic body, right? I do run, I do exercise, I do all that stuff. So when I see myself sitting there for 16 hours, it I just want to rip my hair out of my head of like saying, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Sin, what are you doing with yourself? What are you doing? Like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your youth, right?
Yeah.
So um so then during all my long overtime hours at security, I decided to like, kind of like move over into a field of changing my life. And that's where I came into crypto or Bitcoin and stuff like that. And I had plenty of time to sit at the computer and just learn about it, maybe invest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've done some investments,
Okay.
and some of the investments I've been fortunate and blessed. God bless. I have been fortunate and blessed in the investment field, along with my extremely heavy hours in my security jobs.
Okay.
So I was able to take some decent earnings in the investment, and however much money I saved up from my security jobs,
Right.
and I've made a decision. I made a decision. I said to myself, I've got a good cushion, a good financial cushion
Mm-hmm.
to finally make myself happy in this life. Not to sit on my butt for 16 hours doing a security job with no dreams. To do something. So the answer really is, for everybody thinking or curious about this, as of right now, I cannot do what I'm doing forever, guys. I cannot. If you guys love me streaming for you guys and me playing the game alongside with each and every one of you, there is, as of right now, a ticking clock to it, right? It
Mm.
cannot go on forever. I
Mhm.
am not, I don't, do I look like Elon Musk, guys? Do I look like Jeff Bezos? I'm not, I don't have that kind of finances where I can just do this forever and I'm good. But I do have a good amount of time that of a cushion for me to go out and attempt one of the most important phases in my life and one of the more important dreams of my life, which is my streaming. My streaming.
Okay.
So my job here is to find success here. My job is to find success here. My job is to win at this.
Mhm.
So I can turn what is, as of right now, a not forever thing, because I might run into, my financial cushion might start dwindling down, and I
Mhm.
might have to actually, go out and start doing the more normal stuff.
Mhm.
But my job is to not allow that to happen. My job is to work hard, which is why it's so easy to put in the time that I put in with all these beautiful people, play the game that I love. My job is to win. My job is to get to that point where I can continue. And this is my actual full-time job. But as of right now, I'm doing it off of a cushion of prior hard work, and some decent investments that allowed for some even extra cushion. So I would say maybe about a year of cushion.
Mhm.
I've been streaming for 6-ish, for 3 months. I've been
Yes.
streaming for 3 months.
Mhm.
I would say I have about, let's just say, maybe not even a year. I'd say maybe about like 7 more months of a comfortable position to be in. Maybe after 7 months, and I would look back and determine where I've come or where I'm at, and say, this is not really working because I'm running out. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
but that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
With it, yeah.
I
That's where
am
I'm at.
so glad you told me that information, and I appreciate that. It must have been very hard, and that I pray that you find success in this, and if you don't, it's okay. It happens, and that's why it's always good to have a plan B. That's what I would suggest, in my humble opinion. But you do you, you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you for those kind words, brother.
Yes, sir. Okay. Next question. Since you mentioned a lot about you at the security job and you said you exercise a lot, what is your exercise routine? Like, how many days do you work out? Like, what's the routine, and also like what you call it? How long do you work out for? That's another question I want to know.
Right. Fantastic question, and I love it. This is my passion number two, is my training, my working out, my track. Just as much as I love my gaming, I love
Mm-hmm.
my track. So thank you for asking a question that's near and dear to me. I love it. Um I I don't hit the gym. So let's start there. I haven't touched a single weight. A bench press, a dumbbell. I haven't been in between the walls or under the ceiling of a gym in
Wow.
over 6.5 years.
What?
Yeah, that is God's honest truth. I do have my Instagram on my Twitch, right?
Right.
People could see it. I do have gym videos of that,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see it all. And you could see that I used to be a gym guy. I used to be bigger. I used to be strong. All this stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
this was many, 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 many years ago. I have not touched a single weight for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, my workout and my exercises are not gym related. My workouts and my exercises are strictly track and running related.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, um the current position or situation that I'm in, I'm living in a state that I'm not in New Jersey right now. I'm in a different state.
Okay.
So I'm not in my normal, where the state I grew up in, all my friends are at, a lot of my family's at. I'm not there. I'm in a different state for a personal reason. We're not going to get really, that's a whole different story.
That's okay.
Right, right. So unfortunately, I haven't even been able to do my running either.
Mm.
That being said, I'm going to answer the question as if I was active as of right now, right? Like I was, everything's good, and I'm in active workout and training mode.
Mm-hmm.
So, my training schedule is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. But if I can find a way to do it while still streaming, I'll just do it on the same days that I stream. Right. So my stream schedule is Wednesday through Sunday with Monday and Tuesday off. So when I get back to my running schedule or my training schedule, it'll be those same days. Wednesday to Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
because those are my work days, right? And then so I'm gonna add my training to my work days and then 2 days off. So 5 days out of 7.
Wow.
And then, right, yeah, absolutely. And the training or the exercise are Olympic level workouts. I have a Olympic coach, a very special man that writes up my workouts,
Mm-hmm.
um tells me what workouts to do, what times he demands from me,
Mm-hmm.
demands from me. He gives it to me, and he wants my results. So I go out there, I hit the track, and I do a warm up. The warm up's about a 20-minute warm up, and
Wow.
then I start hammering these workouts. These workouts are not jogging a mile, jogging 2 miles. These are like sprinting, like at like 95 to 98% of effort, like nearly a full dead on sprint. for anywhere between 30 seconds up into like a minute of just nonstop sprinting. And then you
Mm.
take a few minutes rest and you do it again. And they come in different sets and different reps and stuff. So they are tough. They are very demanding. It's very heavy on the muscles. It's
Mhm.
sprinting is a very muscular demanding exercise. It is not easy. I find myself on the ground vomiting a lot,
Ugh.
back laying on my back, like trying to just like get my bearings straight. It is tough, but boy, do I love it. 5 days a week, and I love it. Eventually, I get into better and better shape. The vomiting stops,
Yeah.
but there's never a workout where you're just not laying down completely gassed. So I do that 5 days a week. I rest two, right? Two
Mhm.
2 days of the week,
Mhm.
and the exercises from by the time I hit the track and by the time I leave the track are about, I'd say about anywhere from like an hour to like an hour 20 minutes, depending on the workout.
Mm. That's
And
Mhm.
yeah,
No,
it's
go
a
ahead.
lot. And I must say real quick is like it's so demanding in terms of like the energy output and everything that sometimes I just come home and I just that's it. I'm out for the rest of the day. I'll go right to bed. I take a quick shower, go right to bed, and I'm out. If I eat, I could eat like like I'll eat like 2 pies of pizza. As of right now, I could eat an entire pie of pizza myself, and that's I'm not even exercising. When I'm in exercise mode, that's 2 pies every time, but all by
Wow.
myself every time. Like I don't know what it is. I I have appointments with my pediatrician
Mhm.
every Wednesday morning to try to figure out what's wrong with me, why I eat so much, and why my metabolism is so high. But my pediatrician is stumped, so we're trying to figure it out. But
That's incredible, man. Two
uh,
whole pies. That's crazy. I mean, are they like large pies or like small pies that we're
large,
talking?
absolutely large. Your standard large pie, yeah. Yeah,
Brother,
gone,
wow.
gone
God
anytime.
God bless you and your body to have that kind of thing. Before I get sidetracked, okay, since we're talking about food, ironically, what is your current diet consist of and how many times do you eat a day?
Okay, great question. So I hate frozen pizza and I hate pasta. So let's start to I'm kidding. Everybody's probably just like he's lying. Don't listen to him. He's lying. He's lying. My diet is it's that's a tough question because my diet varies from when I'm in training mode versus not in training mode.
Right.
I'm not in training mode. I'm not in training mode. So I try to it doesn't really and on top of like this this financial cushion I've talked to you about earlier
Right,
with
right,
the
right.
other question, I try to keep it as of right now. I try to keep it simple, affordable,
Mhm.
and very like like the like help like the longevity of my meal plan or what I eat day to day can keep me going for a while because it's all with this big goal in mind of like really trying to make this streaming career happen. So as of right now, it's super simple. I do a lot of protein pasta. Um, and it's like a multi-grain protein pasta, so it's filled with protein and it's filled with vitamins and minerals because of the it being a multi-grain type of pasta. So
Okay.
something that just like keeps me healthy. It's extremely affordable, it's delicious. I chop up some garlic, some onions, I put it inside the pasta, put some of the sauce in there. So I do that most of the time. If sometimes I get tired of it, my stream will always see me get either ordering a hot and ready pizza from like uh, not from Little Caesars, but like from Pizza Hut or frozen pizza. So as of right now, not in training mode, it's something like that. But in training mode, believe it or not, guys,
Uh-oh.
believe it or not,
Uh-oh.
in training mode, I actually have a well-rounded variety diet. We go with a whole bunch of different things from mashed potatoes and chicken cutlets and homemade meals and a whole bunch of other things that is more normal. But that's when I'm in my training mode. But right now I'm just focused on saving as much money as I can
Mm-hmm.
and being as simple as I can so I could just nail a big dream of mine. And this is the first opportunity in my life that I'm actually going for it. So I'm taking it very seriously. Taking it very seriously.
Okay, that's great to hear. I see. So right now the plan's on a budget right now. Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means then let me ask you then if so the next question is, do you take supplements? Now to be more specific then, due to your current situation, are you taking supplements? But if you're not taking supplements, let's say if you had the money, what would you take?
Great question, and I understand it 100%. So, I'm not taking any supplements right now. I'm
Okay.
not. That's and you nailed it, Hito. You nailed it. It's simply because of the situation I'm in right now. I'm not training. I'm not doing much. I'm on a budget, right? I'm trying to do everything. So when I am in training mode and I am taking a supplement, which I do,
Mm-hmm.
it's a weight gainer supplement. It's a I'm not sure if you're familiar with weight gainers or anything like that, but you know that a lot of gym goers, they have like a container of protein powder,
Okay.
right? And protein powder is basically just the protein. You just have a healthy amount of grams of protein. Let's just say 50 or 25 to 50 grams of protein,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. That's its job. It's to be protein for your workout.
Okay.
Calories are low. It's like 100 calories. Sugar is low. Carbs are nearly zero. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about that. It's just protein, and that's about it. Vitamins and minerals, zero. It's just protein.
Okay.
Obviously with flavor.
Oh yeah, it needs to be flavor. Yeah.
Right. Obviously with flavor. The supplement I take, it's a weight gainer. So imagine that protein I just described to you, that protein, but completely packed with um with 14, like the specific one I use is a one serving, and like those shaker cups where it has like the metal ball inside and you
Yeah.
shake it up
Yeah.
with the protein. That size shaker cup, which is a normal size, one serving, or not one serving, but one shaker of that, of the weight gainer that I use, is 1,400 calories, 280 grams of carbohydrates.
Oh my god.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And it is heavy. It is heavy. That's a lot of carbs for one little shaker. And then the vitamins and minerals go straight down the line. It looks like a multivitamin, right? When you look back there.
Right.
And then the protein obviously has protein as well, 50 grams of protein. That is mandatory, especially for what I do on the track. I'm not playing around. I do have videos on my thing. I like running videos. I do not play around. It's a lot. So I need it. Without it, forget about it. Like I can't eat a bowl of pasta or a pie of pizza and do what I do. I will wither to nothing. Right? It's just the workouts I do are so heavily demanding,
Mm-hmm.
so that I need all of those calories and I need every single one of those carbs. That's the only way I could even wake up the next morning to do day 2 of my workouts.
Wow.
And believe it or not, I have to even that doesn't really cut it sometimes. So sometimes I find myself doing a second shaker, which would be another 1,400 calories, another 280 grams of carbs.
That's
in the same
insane.
day. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot I have
Wow.
to put in. But that is one of the most important and mandatory supplements that I take. It keeps me healthy. It keeps my muscle on me. It keeps my body with energy in it because my energy output is so great that I have to have a lot of energy input in the form of calories and carbohydrates. Absolutely.
So the next natural question to that same question would be, is there a specific brand that other people can buy, or is that like your own concoction you make?
No, there's a brand. There's two of them. I switch. I kind of like switch between two.
Okay.
So for anybody who's interested in seeing what this is,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even using it themselves,
Mhm.
depending on what your goals are, it's Serious Mass. It's like a half green, half black bag or container, but it's Serious Mass. That's one of them, and the other one is I haven't had it in a while, but it's give me one. Let me get it real quick.
Yeah, sure, sure, no problem, no problem. We'll wait.
That, and it's the other one is Dymatize. So that's Dymatize, Dymatize weight gainer. It's like a half white and a half gray coloring on the container of the bag. So either one of those two, I kind of like interchange them quite a bit, depending on which one's cheaper at the time or which one I'm just feeling. But those are both considered weight gainers. And they're both, you could check it out yourself. The calorie count and the carbohydrate count are just through the roof, and it needs to be. That's the whole point of it.
Okay, I see.
Very. And I have to have those while I'm in my training mode. When I have that and I'm training the way I do, I don't put on any weight. I don't put on any weight, even though it's called a weight gainer. Right. I don't put on any weight. In fact, sometimes I catch myself losing some weight. That's how much energy I'm expending with my workouts. However, if I were to, if I, for example, if I was streaming and I was still on my weight gainer, I'd blow up basically. It's because let's be real, it's a lot of calories, a lot of carbohydrates, and no exercise. So it does put a lot of unwanted weight on you if you're not exercising.
Of course.
So I wouldn't dare do that if I knew I wasn't in training mode.
Yes, of course. No, that makes sense because you don't want to have all that weight on you and you're not doing anything to keep yourself active. That makes no sense to do. Yeah, I understand. Definitely. Now, this next question, number 6, basically, this is the one I always see you on stream. You always have water. So the question is, how much water do you drink per day?
I always have water? No, do I really? I don't always have water, do I?
I always see you drinking a gallon of water, I think.
I just drank it just now. So, I get close to a gallon a day, believe it or not. Very close. I would say 80% of a gallon every single day.
Nice.
I would say so. Yeah. I have in my other room, like my dining room area in my house or my apartment here, I have all my gallons of water lined up against the wall. As of right now, I probably have like 15 gallons sitting there waiting for its turn, right? Like every time I come out of my room here to get a gallon of water, they're just like, no, pick me, no. And then, and then I pick one, and then all the other ones are like, oh my gosh, that was close. He almost picked me. And then I take the cap off, and it's like I'm taking their head off. They're like, no, we lost another one. They get scared. I'm telling you, they get scared every time I go there because it's time to pick which one's next. But I have probably like 15 of them back there, and I try to keep it 15 because I go through them so fast. Wow. It's a great question. I drink them so fast. So there'll be times where like I don't pay attention to it, and one day I'm walking through my dining room and I see like 4 more gallons. I'm just like, how? Right? I'm just like, how did I go? What? And it's annoying because if I don't get my butt in my car and to the store, those 4 will be gone before I know it, and then I'm stressing. Right? I don't drink from the tap. There's been times, you believe it or not, there's been times I've been so like involved with my stream and my people, right, in this game that I actually got caught off guard, and I had no more gallons of water, and I was in the middle of a stream, and I was just like, I can't do it. I gotta keep streaming. I love these people too much, right, and I got goals, and I was just like dehydrated the whole time. Like there was, I could have sworn I coughed one time and I just saw like sand come out of my mouth. That's how dried. Oh
God, Jesus.
I was like, and it was just like dust coming out, and then somebody, and even though I was at that point, I will never drink out of the faucet.
Agreed.
So I would never, you wouldn't catch me dead drinking out of the faucet. If I was dead and somebody took a cup, put it under the sink water, filled it up and put it in my mouth, my eyes would open. I would come up from being dead. I'd spit that water out of my mouth, and then I'd lay back down and just die again. Because you wouldn't catch me dead drinking that water. It wouldn't happen. So yeah, that was a tough one, and that's what happens. I go through it so fast sometimes I run out and I don't even know how it happens. So I try my best to just keep it at like 15 all the time. When it's at like 9, I'm like, that's too low. And then right back up to 15. So I drink quite a bit of water. I'd say 80% of a gallon every single day.
That's incredible. Wow, man.
Yeah.
That is incredible, man. I could imagine.
That's why I'm always go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I could imagine like during your streams you have to take breaks in terms of going to the bathroom. That's a lot of water.
They see it. You know, I don't think they're here with me all the time. They know I'm not lying. It's always, oh guys, I gotta pee so bad. Oh my god, I'm about to pop like a water balloon. I gotta go right now.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It's yeah. Often.
All right, next question. What is your favorite and least favorite food? So do the favorite first, then the least one.
Food? That was a question of food, right?
Yeah, food, of course. I'm pretty sure it's food. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll leave that one to myself. So, my favorite food or like a meal, like a dish, I guess you could call, right? Is I hope my mom is listening. I hope, Mom, you there? Are you listening? Just start cooking it up now because now I'm hungry for it. It is a combination. Ivana, start cooking it up. I'm on my way. After this interview, I'm on my way, girl. It's the simple dish of breaded chicken, right? Fried up chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Corn on top of the mashed potatoes, completely soaked with gravy on the mashed potatoes and the chicken cutlet. It is the most, and then you could get the vegetables in there too. So whether it's like asparagus is delicious on something like that, or sometimes even collard greens. Collard greens with gravy on it is amazing too. So that whole dish together has been my absolute favorite dish since I was a little kid. My mom makes it. No one makes it how mom makes it.
Exactly. Mom's the
best.
No
one makes it the way moms make it, right? I'm sure. It's just the way it is. So that is it. And my whole life growing up, every time I visit my mom, we don't live in the same state, but every time I visit my mom, she's like, "Mi hijo, oh my son is coming to visit me. What do you want? I'll cook you anything." I'm like, "Ma, you know exactly what I want." And then she makes it for me every single time. So so that's my favorite, like, my meal altogether. Nothing will ever beat it, and it's delicious.
Okay.
As my least favorite food, Hiro, keep far away from me.
Okay.
Any size, any color olive you find, any color olive that this green earth grows, keep far away from me. I don't care if they're green, black, purple, pink, mustard colored. I don't care. Keep them far away from me. It is the most disgusting thing I have ever tasted, smelled, anything. I hate olives. If you don't know that, I hope I did a good job at painting how much I hate olives.
Well,
I don't care what color on the color wheel they come from. You know those color wheels where you could literally pick any color you want?
Yeah.
You could pick any color. I guarantee you it's going to taste like absolute garbage. No matter what color it is. It's disgusting. And if I see one, the worst part is like when I'm eating like an empanada. You know what the empanadas
I know
right?
empanadas,
I'm starving. I'm like, oh my gosh, an empanada. Oh my gosh, it's hot. There's a pork inside or whatever kind of meat you like inside, cheese. I bite into it, and there it is. They put an olive in there. Oh no. There it is. There's an olive, and it ruins the whole thing. Oh my god. I toss it as far as I can, and it's swinging around like a boomerang and comes back, and I have to duck because here comes the olive. So keep the olives far away.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. No, but
and you can't even take them out. Because when you take them out, it doesn't matter. Everything it has touched is now an olive.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's in my rice, I take it out of my rice. I'm like, cool, there's no more olive. I eat the rice, it's an olive.
Yeah, it tastes like olive, yeah.
It tastes like the whole thing is ruined, the whole dish.
So then I have a quick question then. Then do you then get upset when somebody cooks your meals in olive oil then? Will that bother you?
It's completely different. It's completely different. I cook my meals in olive oil.
But it's
olive
just
oil is the best thing on earth. What the heck happened
that little thing.
What happened to the actual olive? I'm trying to figure it out. The olive oil is completely fine.
Okay, that's
completely fine.
I just wanted to just confirm that. That's actually pretty funny. But that's no, that's not. Now we clearly know. Everybody stay away. He hates olives, so do not make any olives.
You could give me a 10-foot pole, and if I saw an olive, I wouldn't even touch it with the 10-foot pole. Because if I could, that means I'm too close to that olive. I got to be further than that. It's disgusting.
All right.
What I said, yeah.
All right, next question. What is a book or movie that has had a significant impact on you and why?
Books? What's that? I'm kidding. What is this? What is this books you speak of? I don't read books. I was never a fan of books. When I was younger, my mom used to punish me and say, "You gotta read this, and you're not going out until you read this." Or when you're a kid and you're in school and you have you work so hard in school, and then the summertime finally comes and you're like, yay, finally no more school, and they're like, summer reading. I'm like, why? So I don't know what it is. I just hate reading. I don't read books. So there is no favorite book. Well,
okay,
yeah, there's no favorite book.
Okay.
In terms of movie though, one movie that is just so near and dear to my heart, and this actually goes into something else that's very special. But are you familiar or heard or even seen the movie The Greatest Showman?
Yes. Oh, with Hugh Jackman. Yes.
With Hugh Jackman, brother.
Yes.
You better believe it. Yeah, that movie has done something to me. It is beautiful. One of my favorite movies. And the reason why is because it tells a story that I completely resonate with, right? Kind of started from the bottom, now we're here kind of a thing, right? This boy starts poor, broke, nothing, right? But he doesn't, the way he finds his way up is he's a dreamer, right? He had a vision. He wanted to do this open up this circus kind of a thing, and go make his way through entertainment, make his way through making people happy. That's what I am about, that's what I'm about. I like seeing smiles on people's faces. I really do. I like entertaining people. I know the world is hard, it's stressful, right? And if I can do anything at all for people to just forget about some of those negative things that they have dealt with on that specific day or maybe the week, anything at all, that means the world to me. And that's what this man did in the movie. Put on a show. That's why I'm always like, the show goes on, right? It's it always, I want to put on a show for people. I want people happy. I want even if it's for a very short amount of time, happiness, smiles. And it's incredible because I'm not, I made the joke before, Elon Musk or, Jeff Bezos. I'm not any of that stuff.
Right.
I'm not, right? So it's what I care about is just other people, right? I use, something that money can't buy. Let's put it that way, right? I am outgoing. I am somebody said it yesterday, is very, very kind words, the way she described me, but they call me charismatic, right? So outgoing, charismatic, entertaining, right? These are things that you can't buy. You can't buy a personality, or you can't buy any of these things, right? But sometimes in life, the things you can't buy are the most valuable things. And it's through these priceless things, they don't have a cost to it, that somehow are putting smiles on people's faces, or making them feel more comfortable, making them feel more included, right? They're just happier here. They feel like themselves around me, or around my stream, or around the things that I just, the things that I do, or even the silly things that I say. And that is what is so special to me. And the Greatest Showman just absolutely it nails it, of how how I am and how I'm a dreamer and how I move. Like I've gotten up and found success through entertainment and making people smile. And then the movie also, just like the way it shows how it doesn't matter what color you are, what shape you are, what size you are, none of that matters. What they tell you, which is the absolute truth, is that each and every person, no matter of any of those things, is unique. And I tell my people on my stream all the time how unique each and how different. It's incredible. I tell them all the time, Hiro, how much I love them, so how different they are, right? Each and every one of them are so different in their own way, but I love them all the same. It's like if I love one person, you would think like, oh, you love this person because they have this trait to them, or they're this kind of person or this kind of character, and that's why you love them. That can't be true, because this other person who is completely different than this person, I love just the same way. They make me all so happy, right? And so it doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl or what color you are or what size you are or what shape. It doesn't matter. You are special. You are unique. Shout it out to the world. Stand on the highest mountaintop and scream out how beautiful you are and be happy about it and just love yourself. And that's another thing that The Greatest Showman does in that movie. So I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. It's everything I believe in, and it does describe me quite a bit. And that's why this title, yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I just did my makeup. I just got put my makeup on for this interview, and it's about to go running down my face. And that's why when Cliff blessed me with that beautiful man with that beautiful heart of his, it's just indescribable. He's a hard man to describe because he's that special and that loving and that beautiful. God bless that man. But for him to bless me with my The Greatest Showman title, and now I can connect even closer to my favorite movie in my favorite game. Everything is just coming together, and it was it's just everything is just beautiful. But that's my favorite movie and the one that means a lot to me.
Okay,
Greatest Showman.
That's great. That's great to hear.
And I like to think that I put on a show for the people.
I can. Well, hey, that's what streaming is. You're here to entertain. You're not here to be like, well, my life's depressing. I don't really care about life. Life sucks, guys. Who the hell wants to watch that? I'm sorry. No offense to people who like emo stuff, but come on now, all right? That's different. But. The next question is something that I know is dear to your heart, and I can tell because you love singing. So it says, what kind of music or playlist do you listen to?
Such a tough question. Great question. It's a tough one. I mean, it's kind of like, it's basically everything. It's anywhere from like, I think on Aya's interview, she said it perfectly. And I've never had an answer for this until I heard your interview with her.
Okay.
And she said it. I was just like, finally an answer for this question. If I've ever asked it, it's like anywhere from like Mozart to Metallica, it's anything that gets my legs moving, right? My my leg going up and down, right? Anything that gets my head bobbing, right? And that could come from anything. I mean, sometimes one day I'm jamming out to all that remains, like a Wild Man, or Linkin Park, like a Wild Man, and then before you know it, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. You would think I'm a Tay-Tay fan, a Taylor Swift fan. Like it could go anywhere. It could go anywhere. So it's a tough one, but I guess that's the best way I could put it. It's just like, I listen to it, and it just ignites something in me. And of course, I have a different playlist for when I'm on the track.
Of course.
Then I got my techno stuff when I'm grinding, because it just helps me keep that blood flowing, keep my my head bobbing.
Definitely.
Sometimes I'm dancing like in real life, and I'm dancing in the game like around the mobs and monsters, right? And it kind of helps I'm not gonna lie, it kind of helps my gameplay. It keeps me moving. So it goes everywhere. And then of course, then I'm singing slow love songs, in the shower, you know. So it goes all over the place. So anything that just sounds good, sounds sexy, gets, it's a mood kind of a thing. So it's a tough one. Anywhere from Mozart to Metallica.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. I do whatever gets my whatever song gets my goosebumps going. That's when I know it's a good song for me.
Right. Marvin Gaye, what's the song? Well, it's like that. It's that like romantic song. I actually sang it for Cliff. I sang it and
Oh
performed
my
for
god.
Cliff. Yeah. What's the name of it? Yeah. It's like let's get it on.
Oh
It's
my.
like so on Valentine's Day. I
Oh.
was playing it. Everybody who came into my stream on Valentine's Day,
Uh-huh.
I would play that song. It's a very popular song. It's like it's an older song, but it's very popular like love song
Someone
or
someone in the
sexy
chat. So
song.
someone in the chat, please put that name if you guys remember the song, because I need to know now.
It's let's get it on. It's let's get it on
Let's get it on. Okay, sorry. That's
by
good.
Marvin Gaye. So when you listen to it, just give it a quick listen and just know that I sang and performed this song in front of Cliff live on stream, and he loved it. He loved it. At least I hope he did.
Well, we'll see what happens when I get a chance. Definitely,
Right.
that's gonna be so fun to see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Let's see. What is? No, sorry. One more time. What's the best trip or vacation you've taken, and why was it so memorable?
Right. So I'm
Thank you, Ayo.
I'm 50% Dominican. 50% Dominican. So the best trip I've had, where it's all in the Dominican Republic. That's where my family, a lot of, my family was at the time. They since moved to America. But so a lot of my trips were there. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The resorts over there, the scenery, just everything about Dominican Republic is beautiful. But it's funny, and this is why it's most memorable for two reasons. Number one, that's where I learned how to swim in the pools and the resorts over there. So when I was a little kid, I've since visited there many times on vacation, but I just will always remember that's where I learned how to swim, and I did it in front of everybody who didn't know how to swim, because that's what I do. Right? We always kill it. Everything we do, we always kill it. So I was a little kid. I will never forget. And everybody's struggling. And I was just like, I got this. And little baby Sin and Punishment went out there and he swam like a champion. And everyone was like, oh my goodness. And maybe that's where I'm like, I want to be an entertainer, or something. Cause I kind of like that feeling, where
You love the
I do
attention.
something and the attention, I guess that's what it is. Maybe, I guess. So I love that. I will never forget that. So that's one half of it. And the other half was, we also have like a farm area in the Santo Domingo over in Dominican Republic. So that's where my grandparents lived as well. So we had a farm, and one of the biggest rules in their house was no animals in the house.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what it is, but I was literally like the Greatest Showman, man. I had like a stick in my hand that was like my baton, right? And I was swinging it up and down, kicking my legs up, my knees up, and I had a group of like these newborn chicks, little yellow chicks, hundreds of them, and they were following me, and I was leading them, and from the front, and I marched my butt right into the house, and they all followed me in there, and it was the funniest, best thing ever. My grandparents came in, there was just chickens everywhere. It was the best thing. I found it so funny. So I'll never forget that. So all my good memories from when I was a kid, and even later on, every time I take a vacation out to Dominican Republic, it's just always a beautiful memory, and how I grew up there, and all these little things that I did growing up, and it's just a great country to visit.
Okay, that sounds great, man. DR is always nice to go to.
Absolutely.
All right, next question. What is a challenge you have overcome in your personal life, and what did you learn from it?
This is probably the most special question that I'm going to be asked today.
Mm-hmm.
One that I am so happy to answer, or most happy to answer. The biggest challenge I've had in my life, the biggest one, is I was homeless for 6.5 months, living out of my car. Um, there was an event that happened in my life that brought me to that homelessness,
Okay.
and I lived out of my car. I started living out of my car in the summertime, but 6.5 months, Hito, is no joke. That's a long time.
Yeah, six and
That's
a
a
half months.
long time
Yeah.
of finding spots that I had to park my car, so to like kind of like stay like, on the down low where nobody knows that, like, I'm sleeping out of my car or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
6.5 months of every single day of those 6.5 months, just figuring out a new spot, a safe spot where nobody, kind of like out of the way, nobody's gonna find me. I don't want to get in trouble, or I don't want, I don't want anyone to know this, or stuff like that. And I was homeless. I that started in the summer, so I didn't think. I honestly, there was nights I didn't think I'd wake up the next night, because it is no joke to be. I had a Mustang. I was living out of a Mustang. That's a two-door car. There's no space in there. It's a tiny car. And I had to like crawl in the back, which I guess is a kind of a good thing, because the tighter and smaller it was, and there was no windows in the back, I felt like, nobody would catch, like I wouldn't be seen doing this. But I started in the summer. I didn't think I would wake up, because just hot nights. You could barely breathe. I'm just like, holy crap! Like, am I really gonna? If I close my eyes and go to sleep, I don't think I open them up the next morning. I'm gonna suffocate back here. But 6.5 months is so long, long enough where you get through the winter, the summer, right? You get through the fall, and you're still in the winter. And I was still living out of my car when the seasons changed and into the winter. And boy, the winter was brutal. And I hate the cold. I would wake up right in the morning at like 6 in the morning, completely dark out. It's winter, right? So daylight savings is completely dark. And all my windows from the inside are completely fogged up, because I'm in there. Right. So it's completely fogged up. I'm just like, holy crap! I'm gonna get caught out here, because they're just gonna see a parked car with fogged up windows and stuff. So that was a big challenge in my life. And I'll just give a quick reason as to why that kind of happened. My father, my stepfather, who is for sure my father, he's the one that raised me and my two brothers alongside of my mom. Right. We didn't. Right. So he's my stepfather, but he's my dad. He's my dad for sure. I found out when I was working one of my security jobs, I found out that he was diagnosed with brain cancer. And I just finished telling you how much I love people, how much I could put myself in people's shoes pretty well. And when I see that they're like sad or upset, like I could feel it. It's like I could resonate with people pretty well. And that's why I go out of my way to treat people with all the love I can. When I found that if I do that with people I haven't even met before, and I show them so much love, how much more do you think I'm gonna be that way with my father, my dad?
Well, of course.
So when I found out he had brain cancer, I immediately said, how must he feel to know that this is happening to him? So I told my employer at the time, my stepdad is family crisis. My dad, he got brain cancer, and he was living in North Carolina with my mom, or a different state with my mom. That's where they retired. And my employer was just like, you're my full timer. You're my overtimer. You can't go. I don't have a replacement. This is where it started. It kind of really started where I was just like, I'm done with these jobs. I'm done with listening to people. I'm done with not having my freedom. This is kind of where it started coming. People telling me what to do, what I can or can't do. The most important thing, one of the most important people in my life, is going through the worst thing that you could possibly go through in life, and you're gonna tell me I can't do what I want to do in a situation like this, And that's when I was just like, I'm done with this. Like, I I can't have people telling me what to do or me living under like under the rules of an employer, So I dropped everything. I was in a different state when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I left everything. I was just like, I'm out of here. I like that's it. I'm out. I got things to do because I could always get another job. I could always make money. What I can't do is tell myself that if I miss this opportunity to try my absolute best for him, I can never get that back. I can never tell myself I tried again.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it. So I left everything, and went to him, and in the different state. And I if anyone knows me, I don't do anything in life planning to fail. Like I'm always like, we can win this. I'm positive. I'm a positive person.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't go there to just watch him go. I went there to try to beat this thing. And 9 months of just trying and trying and trying, he finally passed away. And it was the saddest thing ever. There was not, and I felt helpless, and I don't like to feel that way. So 9 months of being in a different state, 9 months of not working, right? Because I was I'm not gonna work. I'm helping. I'm trying to save my father. 9 months of paying for the apartment that I had in the other state that my original state I was living in at the time. 9 months of paying that. 9 months of paying my phone bill. 9 months of paying my car. 9 months of paying my car insurance. 9 months of just living everything. Your monthly bills of me not working. By the time he passed away, I was negative like $7,000. Negative $7,000 by the time that day came.
Wow.
And my mom, obviously, and I know because the first words out of her mouth was, "You can stay here with me." Of course she's gonna say that because she's my mom and she loves me. Of course. But in reality, she just lost her husband, the person she's supposed to grow old with and spend the rest of her life with. So shortly after her saying that she was just like, I need to be alone. Like, I don't know what to do. And I mean, how could I not understand? How could I not understand? I could even today I can't understand what it would possibly feel like to lose your significant other. So she's like, I just need to be alone. And at first I'm just like, no, you can't do this to me. You can't. What you mean? But I got it. I understood. And from that day, I just left her house and lived just on the streets. I found my way back to my state, and I lived in my car. About 6 months in, I found myself a job, and then I was homeless for 6.5 months. So the last half, I was working that job, and after the job, we'll come back to my car, sleep there, wake up the next morning, then do it. So I was actually working my new job, still living out of my car, until eventually I knocked myself out of my hole, that financial hole that had happened throughout the 9 months I was taking care.
Right.
Then eventually got my apartment, then eventually got out of my car because I got at my apartment, and then that job that I had was the job that I was doing the 16 hours
a day
overtime every day, which brought me into my investments and my Bitcoin knowledge and me making moves, which brought me to something. And then God bless.
Yes.
All I could say is God bless. Thank the Lord, because that's look where I'm at today, and that's why I'm here with you guys, and I'm still going.
Yeah.
Still going, baby. Still going, baby. Nothing's gonna stop me.
That's
That's the biggest challenge I had in my life, but we made it through. And you better believe, I just want to say this right now. Every single night of those 6.5 months that I was in the back of my car about to go to sleep, to wake up the next morning and just go throughout the day, I prayed and thanked God for everything every single night, despite living in the back of my car in such a situation. So never gave up, never gave up hope, never stopped believing. In fact, I was thankful that I was still healthy, thankful that I could even be in good spirits. I was
Mhm.
just thankful for everything. So I never, every single night, I was just like, thank you, God, for everything. Thank you for everything you do for me. And I just kept it and wake up the next morning and keep it going.
Wow. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. That's tragic to hear. I mean, I just know that I understand what it's like to lose a parent. I understand that very well.
All right.
Oof.
And I'm sorry to hear that. Obviously I can't,
Sorry.
everyone,
I
it's all unique. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. We don't even have to speak more
no,
about
no,
it,
no,
but
no.
I got it, brother.
I had to snap out of it. Sorry.
I love you.
Oof.
All I want to say is, Hiro, I love you, brother. I really do.
Hey.
And you're special. And whatever it is that you went through in life, you know, you put back into the world in such a positive way where you're changing lives and you're making people happy. And maybe the happiness that you haven't, that, that you didn't have during these times in your life, you found a way to turn it into happiness for other people so they could move on and continue to spread that happiness. And they'll never forget that their happiness came from the hidden hero. Don't never
Mhm.
forget that, brother. You are moving mountains. You are moving mountains and doing amazing things.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Okay. So let's talk about the next question. So I think we've touched on this question. I think you've answered this question already, which is what are some life goals you want to achieve and why? Which I'm pretty sure you answered with your streaming and that you really want to make it and succeed, and especially in your current situation. I'm pretty sure that is the answer to that question. I'm just assuming, but I'm just gonna co-sign. Is that correct?
That is correct with one extra thing on top of it.
All
I've
right,
got
go
two
ahead.
big passions. I've got two big passions.
Go ahead.
One is my gaming passion,
Mhm.
which I don't do anything. I don't do anything in life without aiming for the best that you can do in it, or at least the highest form of it. So, for example, you can stream a game, right?
Right.
So if you're gonna play a game, the first thing I do in my head is, if I'm gonna do something, what's the highest form of doing it, right?
Right.
So in my case, I was like, I'm going to play a game, but if I just played the game, that's all it'll be, me playing the game.
Right.
But the highest form of it, or at least a very high form of it, maybe not the highest, but a very high form of it would be stream my game,
Right.
and that's something I had. So now, as we all know, I'm a track athlete, so I'm not going to participate in track without thinking to myself, what's the best way I can take this. So on top of what you just said, which is absolutely correct, my second passion is my running, and my biggest goal in running is to either make it to the Olympics, or at least like a world championship, which the Olympics comes once every 4 years. A world championship comes every year. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl of
Mm-hmm.
like football. It's an every year thing. And I can do it. And I can do it. I'm very good. God bless. He has blessed me to do these things. I can do it. Actually, and this is going to touch upon another, maybe depending, what questions you ask me, but it may answer this already. Um, I get so close. My times, my performance is right there. But every time it gets right there, the winter, the winter comes around,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate the cold. I dread it, especially as an outdoor athlete. Maybe if I was a gym goer, I don't care, because I'll just go to the gym in the middle of a snowstorm and get my workout in, and I feel great. But as an outdoor athlete, I dread it. I dread the cold. I dread the winter. So every time I get so close, the winter usually comes around, and it just takes away everything I worked for. It's hard to get out there. It's brutal. It's disgusting. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not happy
Mm-hmm.
when I get out there and I'm training in 3-degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do it. So, as of right now, I'm looking to move to a
Warmer
different
climate.
state, a
Yeah.
warmer climate, so I can get rid of that obstacle. Like I said,
Mm.
sometimes in life you're going to get hit with problems. Don't like moan or complain about them. Find a solution. The problem I deal with is the winter comes around and puts a halt on my hard work and all my training and all my progress. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to put an end to it. I'm going to go to a warmer climate, a warmer state, This way I could actually start chasing that goal of the Olympics or the World Championship, whatever God has for me. But it's time. The time is coming, and it's coming fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get there. So that's another big goal. So somewhere big, Olympics or World Championship for my track passion, and in turn, and then streaming. I'm already streaming, but this is not enough for me. I love it. I love every one of you guys, but we're not done. The show goes on, guys. I'm not gonna stop. I pray, depending on my success here, we're going for thousands of viewers, tens of thousands of viewers, and the only way that's gonna be possible is I'm not gonna have 10,000 viewers or thousands of viewers unless Lost Relics has those kind of players as well, right? But the thing is that it will. I am in full faith that this game is on the right track because we have a great team behind it, a great creator, and a great team behind it. So I'm going to get there. And when I do, it's only going to match up with Lost Relics being one of the, a really, really, really big game as well. So big streaming, way bigger than it is now, and the Olympics or World Championship for my track passion. Those are my two biggest goals in life.
Awesome to hear. So then the next question I have is, what's one thing you always wanted to learn but haven't had the chance yet?
Great question. I've always wanted to learn how to sing so beautifully. Singing is such a beautiful, like your voice is an instrument.
Yes,
it's an instrument that travels with you wherever you go. You don't have to have bring a hole around a saxophone, a saxophone or a piano, right? Your voice is an instrument that travels with you. And I'm a veteran. I've been in the military. So when during my years in the Army, there was this one soldier that was with me, and he could sing, and I found myself asking him to sing often. I'm like, bro, come on, sing this song for me, man. And he would do it, but it would sound so good. It brings peace. It brings joy. It's because it sounds nice and it's performance, right? And he did it so well. I'm like, sing this Usher song for me. He would do it. So because I know how I felt listening to a beautiful voice, a singing well done, if I could feel that way, people would feel that way too. And I wanted to be that person to do that. Fortunately, God bless, I don't really need to learn. I already do it great. Everybody out there on my stream, they love my singing. I bring joy to these people. And why do you think they're here? You think that they're here because of my gameplay on Lost Relics? You think they're here because I helped them grind longer, put some extra hours in? You think that they're here for that? They're not here for that. They're here because I'm singing to them every day and they can't get away from it. So I don't really need to learn it. I'm there, but I'm kidding. I wish I could sing. I wish I could sing and actually do a good job. It would be a beautiful thing. Anybody, people could be sad and people could be down, and if you just sang to them a good positive song in a good way, it really makes you feel good. And I wish I had that ability, that I could literally carry around with me at all times. But yeah, singing, I wish I could have learned to sing or actually be good at singing.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So now this is the next question. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? So I already know you want to live in a warmer climate, but where exactly?
Right. Yeah. I'm a very simple man. Very simple. I don't need to go be, live in some crazy country. In fact, I'm a strong believer that the United States of America is the greatest country in the world. So I don't want to live outside of it. I really think it's a great country. It's a great country. So I don't want to live outside of it. So, it does play into my biggest dream, or one of my biggest dreams, which is finally work out and train all year round. So it would be Florida. Florida. I mean, it sounds simple, but the thing is that I'm a simple man,
Mm.
right? So it doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to check off the boxes of what I'm looking to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida does that. It's in America. It's, the state is great as an individual. It's got that warm climate that'll keep me training all year round. It's exactly what I need, and it's exactly where I'm going. So Florida, simple, but Florida.
Hey, very humble, and I appreciate the answers. Very, very nice. All right, everybody. This is the next part of the questions that I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know now. So, how did you get into crypto?
I think I for the most part I think I answered that already. It's a crazy story, but it's not too crazy. I kind of answered it. I was doing my security job, and I just said to myself, I can't do this anymore. I'm made for more. I'm destined for more. God blessed me for more, and if I let this life get squandered, it would be the biggest sin in the world.
Okay.
And I'll receive the biggest punishment, sin and punishment. So that's where it started. I was just like, I gotta do something. I gotta do something against the grain, against the norm. I'm done with not controlling my own future. Being my own boss, so to speak. I'm done with it. I don't care how hard the journey may be, which I think we all agree, it's not an easy journey being like an entrepreneur or doing things yourself, by yourself with your ideas and your right. So I already knew that I wanted to do some form of investment, but for some reason crypto was just the most amazing idea I ever heard of in my life. Something digital. I hate carrying things with me. I really do. I hate carrying things. I hate owning things, like having things on me. Excuse me. Right. I hate like the idea that I could lose something. Like, oh, where's my wallet?
Mm-hmm.
Or I own a home in Texas, but I live in New Jersey. Now I have to keep track and keep updated on my home, and it's physical, right? I hate just having physical things. So the whole idea of this crypto thing was just absolutely amazing to me. So I was just like, all right, investment and digital, and I don't own something physical, but I'm still in the investment world. And I want to change my life from what the life is, what my life was.
Okay.
But that's how I got into crypto.
No. But the thing is, the question is, how did you get into it? Like, okay, let me rephrase it.
Right.
What did you first hear about it? Like who did you hear from? A friend? Was it on a YouTuber, or it was just like because it's good that you have admiration aspects, positive views of crypto. But where did you first hear about it? That's a better question. Sorry.
Right. I mean, Bitcoin is extremely popular. So you hear it on the news all the time. My oldest brother was pretty he was a big believer in Bitcoin in the much earlier years. So he was big on it. He's like, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin's gonna hit the, go to the moon. It's gonna do all this stuff. And I'm just like not paying attention. I could care less, right? I didn't believe in it at the time. So between my oldest brother talking about it, between me hearing Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, then along the years, it starts off as Bitcoin, but then you have Ethereum and other coins, and then you're just like, why did more of this stuff get created? I guess it's doing pretty well. Like this crypto space is doing pretty well. And then before you know it, by the time I was doing my security job, there was thousands of crypto. So when I recall my brother talking about it, a lot of people talking about it, seeing it everywhere, and then seeing it now, and there was thousands. I kind of get, I guess you could say, like, I kind of got that like FOMO feeling of like, holy crap, if I just did this when there was about 5 coins, now there's thousands, I would already be in a different position in life. But instead, I'm at this job, right? Thinking about it.
Right.
I took all of those memories of how my brother talked about it and what I'm seeing, and I was just like, crypto is the way I want to go.
Okay,
So
that's that. Thank
mainly
you.
my oldest brother. Yeah, my oldest brother.
Okay, that's fantastic to hear. Now, same question, but how did you get into Lost Relic? Like, did you first hear about it from somebody, or did you just, I don't know, one night you came from the club or something? I don't know. You just heard about it
How'd you
randomly.
know?
Yeah.
Were you at the did you see me that night? How'd you know? I came from the club and I went straight to I was on the streets. I was just like, I need to play Lost Relics. Oh, how did I didn't I just looked for it. I didn't nobody told me about it. Nobody I know knows about it. Nobody got me into it. Said, "Hey, I'm playing a game. You should try it out." Nothing like that happened. Um, I just I was just sick of, I'm a gamer.
Hmm.
I'm a gamer, and I was just sick. Eventually, I guess eventually, somewhere along the line, you just get sick and tired of putting in so much time. We're not little babies anymore, right? We're not
Hmm.
kids. We're grown adults.
Hmm.
That does not mean you have to not live your passions or live what you love to do. That is not what that means. But what it does mean is we're running out of time,
Hmm.
right? We're
Yep.
getting older. No one's getting younger.
Hmm.
And sometimes I found myself shutting off my computer, like logging off the game, whatever game I'm playing at the time, logging off of it and turning off my computer, laying in bed, looking up in the ceiling and saying, "Wow, what the heck did I just do? Am I really getting into bed at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, but accomplished nothing? I just gave up like 14 hours of my time, and then I would think, what did I get out of those 14 hours?
Hmm.
Fun would probably be the only thing that
Hmm.
I could answer to that question. What did I get out of that? Fun? That's okay, but it wasn't worth it. Not at my age, not at our, if for anybody who's in their 30s or 40s, it's it's not that's not enough anymore. Maybe if you're a kid, that might be enough. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm having fun. But so I was just sick and tired of putting in time,
Hmm.
that much time into something that I wasn't deeming like worth it, like return from it. So I was just like, all right, play to earn. It has to be play to earn. If I'm going to game, if I'm going to live out my gaming passion and how much I love gaming, if I'm going to do that, it's got to be a play to earn. Plus, I was already in crypto at the time,
Hmm.
right? Crypto had already happened. So I was just like, I love crypto. So why not just combine my love for crypto with my love for gaming? So I was like, play to earn, play to earn. It has to be that. And it also just adds to my identity, like who I am. If anyone says, what game do you play? I could look at them and play. I play a play to earn game. I do. And I feel pride. I feel happiness saying that. That's a good thing that I want attached to me. I don't want, I play a game that I just throw away thousands of hours for that does nothing. That's something I didn't really want attached to me any
Hmm.
longer.
Hmm.
So I went on my computer one day and I'm just looking up play to earn games. I've tried a few, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried a few.
Hmm.
Succeeded a bit in a few, put some time in there, but success or succeeding wasn't what I was looking for, right? I wasn't looking for just being bored or not enjoying the game, but succeeding.
Hmm.
There's more to life than just making some money. So I made some money, but I didn't enjoy the game. It
Right.
wasn't a game that made me feel happy or alive or anything like that. So I was just like, cool game, made some money, not for me, moved on. And eventually I found Lost Relics. And guess what, Hiro? I don't even have to tell you. I don't have to tell anyone. The day I found Lost Relics, the day I
Hmm.
found Lost Relics, I have not done anything else. So that just tells you what I feel about Lost Relics. I have not strayed from it. I have not took a break and came back. I have from the very day. And if Cliff looked back on my account somehow, he would see that this account has logged on to Lost Relics every single day since the very first day of account creation. And that is absolutely facts. And so I love it, and that's how I found Lost Relics, and we're not going anywhere. It's my game. It's my game.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Wow. All right. What was the biggest challenge for you when you first started Lost Relics? Because I'm pretty sure learning the game like was more or less easy, but was there any challenge you had when you first started the game?
The biggest challenge, the only challenge was I didn't know anybody, not a single soul. I came into this game alone. Nobody told me. I didn't have a friend who told me, because if a friend told me, guess what? I would play the game with them, right?
Mm,
I found it on my own and I knew nobody. So the biggest challenge was just the loneliness of playing the game. It was a
mm,
fun game, and believe it or not, I've had a lot of thoughts of like quitting, but not be. And it's so sad to say that, because had that happened, it would it had nothing, or it would have nothing to do with the game as a game. It would just have everything to do with me being lonely. I wasn't playing with anybody. I didn't know anybody. It's just like, what am I doing?
mm-hmm,
I just log on. I don't say a word to anybody. Play a few dungeons or a lot of dungeons,
mm-hmm,
right? And get off. And then I'm like, okay, well, I haven't spoke to a soul. It was lonely.
mm,
It was lonely, 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 lonely. So lonely that I went out and found a friend, a friend that lives nearby,
mm-hmm.
and told him about it. I was like, please, man, like play this game. And I didn't say it like that, but in my head, I'm just like, please play this game because I love it so much. I love it so much, but I need something. I need somebody to play it with,
Okay.
right? But that's not what I told him. I just said, bro, great game. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And in my head, I'm just like, this is really for me. I don't care about you. I just need a. So he did it and he played it and we had fun. And honestly, it kind of, it that's how you knew. That's how I knew it was confirmed. It was just a lonely thing, because when he
Mm,
was playing, everything was different. Everything was happy. I was happy to log on because I was happy to see one friend online, and I only had one friend added, right? Added. So I was just like, oh, there he is. I know who it is. It's only one
mm-hmm,
friend added. So I
mm-hmm.
look at it, it says online, and that's a good feeling. That's what you want in the game that you're playing, right? Your friends are on. So everything was good. But um he since stopped playing. Um and then I went right back to that loneliness of like, what am I doing? Like, am I really gonna continue when he stopped?
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept making reasons to continue, like, little tricks in my head to say, do this and you'll be fine. I was like, hit level 20 and then you won't feel that loneliness anymore. You'll be happy
Mm-hmm.
to cut down Elden Oaks, right? That's gonna be enough
Mm-hmm.
to make you not think about the loneliness, because now you're making engine. I got to level 19. That's the level for Elden Oak. And it was cool for a couple days, and then right back to that loneliness feeling. I was like, hold on, I know the answer to this. Let's get to level 29 or whatever, 28 or whatever it is. Let's cut down River Pines. That'll do it. I cut down River Pines. I feel great. I'm like, yes, I solved that problem. Now I'm here. Then the loneliness comes, like, what am I doing? I'm like, I know. Let's get to 39 mining. Let's get some Cerium ores. And I just basically went all the way up the levels. Maybe that's leveled up so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That because I'm just like, let's get to these levels quick, because it'll make me feel different and love stay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I eventually got up to Aetherwood, and it's all helped temporarily, but then eventually it's just always all roads led back to I'm playing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I was this close to just quitting. Once again, everybody who's listening, not quitting and for any reason to do with the game. It's just a quitting because it's kind of like, what am I doing playing a game all by myself? I could just pick a different game, and a game that my friends are playing,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and just get right into a game that everyone's playing. But Thanksgiving was right around the corner. So I was just like, you know what? I was supposed to go down to Florida for Thanksgiving vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. So I told myself, when I return from Florida, I tried all the levels, I tried all the tricks, nothing worked. I want to quit, but I only have one more shot or effort, one more form of effort to change this. When I get back from vacation,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream. If I run into that same issue of, like, a couple days, I feel good, but then after a couple days, it's right back, there's nothing left. There's nothing left for me to do to make me, to just, to get me through this.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back. I kept my word to it. I streamed, and Hiro, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell anyone. Wow, my life has changed from that last effort, that last ditch effort, the last one that was going to be done, and then that was the end of it. If it wasn't streaming that made me feel some type of way, that was it. I exhausted all other efforts. That's it. That's it. I turned on the stream, and that is all she wrote.
Wow.
That's it. It's just the most amazing phase of my life. One of them, right here, right now, with all you guys.
Well, we have to thank God that you did not quit the whole time. And honestly,
I fought.
All I gotta say is if this is not a good reason for Cliff, if you're listening, bring co-op, because this man could have quitted long time ago if that was the case. If you had co-op, you would have been able to play with at least somebody, even if it's a random. Who cares? You have someone to play with at least,
Right.
That's crazy. That's insane. Wow.
The last ditch effort was just streaming, and that was it.
Very well.
I don't know what else to say. That's it. Yep. Well said,
Awesome. All right. Now this question's pretty simple. How many hours a day do you play Lost Relics?
Very simple. You answered it. You are very good at what you do. That's why I admire you so much. You nailed it. Anywhere on average, because some days I go more, some days I go slightly less. But if we're going for an average here, you nailed it. Minimum 12 to 14. Some days I do 16. Some days I do 11. But if we're going for somewhere, but that's most, it's 12 to 14 every day on my days on. In fact, I'm still playing on my days off. I still am, but it's not like 12 to 14 like I'm streaming. But when I'm streaming, easy for sure, 12 to 14. You nailed it when you said it earlier.
Very good. What is your...
And the easiest thing, by the way, easiest thing.
Oh, of course, yes, definitely.
Like just the other day I was streaming, I hit 8 hours, right? And I looked at my time and it said 8. I was just like, guys, I just want to say, I'm telling my stream this. I'm like, guys, I just want to say, I just hit the 8-hour mark. You're telling me people end at 8 hours? We're just getting started. The show goes on. People actually end at 8 hours? There's no way. Oh
my God.
That is the quickest thing in the world. So yeah, no shot. 12 to 14, easy.
Very good. Very good. What is your favorite artifact and artifacts?
Great question. My favorite artifact. Oh man, this is a tough one.
Well, that's why I give you the option. If you can't pick one, you can pick multiple.
Okay. I'll keep it as, boy, that's a tough one. All right. I guess I'll have to go down to multiple. I'll have to. It's Scorn. Don't nerf it.
Scorn.
Cliff, maybe I shouldn't have said it. Scorn is my favorite. It just allows my gameplay, my style of gameplay. It allows it. It allows me to stream effectively because I can chat and be distracted, and it kind of like makes me very tanky. But even without the stream, this is the route I go in any game I play anyway. I don't like to deal the biggest amounts of damage. I'm not a big damage guy. I'm like, whoa, look how much damage I dealt. That doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is that I can just hack and slash and kind of do what I want to do, be effective at it, still have fast runs and stuff, but have some form of like tankiness to me. That's just like that's what I like a lot. So Scorn, out of all my artifacts, makes that possible. But then right next to hand to hand, I'm not sure if you've ever seen SpongeBob. He was just like, we're like family, but closer. And then SpongeBob lifted up his shirt, and it was like he was attached to Squidward. So if we lift up Scorn's shirt, it's attached to one more artifact that I have, which is my Bane of Immortals. It's just such a sexy artifact. I love it. It allows it's because it falls under my game style, my play style. So Bane, I love grouping up monsters. I love getting close and personal. You'll never catch me dead with a bow. You'll never catch me dead with a staff. I like it up close and personal. I like to, hand-to-hand combat. And Bane is just king at close up combat alongside with Scorn. So the two of them together is just, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm pretty sure chat.
Bane
Go ahead.
and Scorn. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure chat's like, oh, we're all like range people, so they won't
Right.
disagree with
Actually,
you.
it's funny because I can name you three people. I'm not going to, but I can name you three people that have recently bought Bane and
Ooh.
messaged me or said in my stream or said to somebody else, and somebody else came to me and told me, and they showed me that they have bought Bane because of Sin. And I love that. They're like, Sin made me do this, or I bought Bane because you're using it and you make it look so good, I had to do it myself. So I like that. I like that a lot. That makes me happy.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. What is your favorite map and why?
It changes based on what I deem is the best move to make. Prior to the update, my favorite map was Elduith. Oh boy, did I live there. Elduith is only a woodcutting and mining map. It's just those two. The deforestation that has happened on that map from these hands is ridiculous. I'm surprised the government's not at my front door for the deforestation that I have caused. There is a gaping hole above in the ozone layer, above Elduith, from the deforestation that I have brought to that place. Oh man, I have done work on that map, but that's pre-update. After update, things happened, things changed, beautiful things changed, and that's what a game is supposed to be, right? It's supposed to shake you a little bit, make you think. So I got shook. I got to thinking. And now I no longer, I don't woodcut, I don't mine. I'm not saying that that's the move to make. Everybody has their own personal ideas of success.
Right.
So now the map I'm in is Thurn, mythical map Thurn. It is only a fishing and scavenging map. I hated it. But I don't give up. And I had to make myself love it. I had to, because that's where I wanted. That's where I needed to be. I needed to be there for fishing and scavenging. And now I am in love with it. It's the easiest map in the world. It's just amazing how things changed from me absolutely hating it, to me absolutely loving it. It is the best map as of right now until, maybe one day things change and I change it. This is the best map, my favorite map. That's all I run. That's all I'll be in. And that's it. 100% Thurn mythical map.
All right. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So now you've been playing the game for about 3 months now, right?
4 months.
4 months now.
Right.
So what?
Streaming for 3, playing for 4.
Okay. What tips would you give to new players?
Great question. Wow. Yeah, I mean, am I surprised? No, you are great at what you do. Great questions, I don't want this to sound cocky. I do not want this to sound cocky at all, because it's not. It's an honest answer. A tip that I would give to new players, and this has nothing to do with me. All right, I just want to throw that out there now.
Okay.
Come to my stream. Come to my stream, and the reason I say that is because my stream is filled, wow, with the most beautiful, friendliest, helpful community of people I have ever met in my life. Each one of them, not one. I've been streaming for three months. Not one. I have not ran into one issue in my stream, one problem in my stream. I have not seen 2 people going at it in my stream. I have not seen arguments in my stream. My stream is it's like the Garden of Eden. It is like the most peaceful stream, place to be. It's filled with love. It's filled with motivation. It's filled with help, right? And prior to you asking me this question, I've already seen new players come in my stream prior to this question. I've already seen it. And not only have I seen it, but I've seen what happens when a new player comes into my stream. They are met with a very, very warm welcome, right? From the biggest hearts of every single one of the people on my stream. So do I really believe that there's a better place or a better tip to give to a new player than come here, learn the game from some of the best players in the game, some of the OGs in this game are here, some of the kindest, best players are in this game, filled with knowledge, filled with experience. There's no better tip than come here. Then when it comes to myself as me being the streamer, I know how I am. I know how much I love people, how much I care about people. I tell people all the time, I'm like, guys, have I ever pointed you in the wrong direction ever in my life? Sin and Punishment will never do that, right? And that's true. So if a new player came here, he would be pointed in the right direction. He would be met with love, motivation, and helpfulness. So my tip would be my stream, absolutely. Mainly because of the people in my stream that are rocking and rolling, lock and loaded, ready to help a new player, and they do a great job at it. They really do.
Interesting.
It's the best place. Yeah, it's a great tip for a new player. Absolutely.
Very nice. So basically, it becomes like your stream is like a resourceful area, so new players can just come in and ask the question. Somebody there will answer.
Somebody, yeah,
will be there to
absolutely,
answer. Okay,
absolutely. And then from my personal experience, from what I just said about the other, with the other question about my loneliness, I don't want a new player. It's possible. I don't know who the new player is. I don't know where they're coming from or how they found the game. But if a new player found the game in a similar manner to how I found the game, they're going to struggle with that loneliness. So the tip would be, we don't want to lose a player because they love the game, but they're not playing with anyone. We certainly do not want to lose valuable players because of that. So it's just a great tip. Come to my stream, you're instantly going to be met with a great family, and you're going to start grinding and playing with a great family. You're not going to feel alone, and you're not going to be alone. New players will come and they'll stay for sure.
Awesome, brother. What was your best moment in Lost Relics, would you say?
I have a few videos on my YouTube of good moments. There's a lot of them, but I did this one like drive by. I had a stream full of people. I got a blockchain chest that came out. I was screaming Sous Chef's name because he told me a transcendent item he always wanted, and I told him the next. I'm going to get it for him. I'm like, the next blockchain chest that drops, your transcendent item's going to be in it, and I'm going to give it to you. You're going to be happy. I'm going to do this because Sous Chef is my boy. I love that guy, right? God bless him. So so there was a video I had. I got a blockchain drop, and I'm just screaming. I'm like, Sous Chef, this is for you. Your item's in here. Your item's in here. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's happy. They're like, open it. I'm just like, hold on, guys. There's monsters here. I'm killing everybody, right? I'm like clearing everything off, right. All this stuff. And then I'm just like, guys, we got to do this the right way. I'm like, guys, we're gonna go do a drive-by. You know what a drive-by? Oh, yeah. Driving a car. We do, So we're gonna go do a drive-by. We're gonna get on my morph, which is like my car, and we're gonna drive right by this thing and open it up on the way. So we're going. Everyone's like, go, come on, you got this. I'm like making car sounds, right? I'm like, and I'm driving, and I get to the chest. I press the button to open it up, and it was the most anticlimactic thing that has ever happened. There was large bones, like the item large bones next to it. I'm there. Everyone's at the edge of their seat waiting to see what comes out. I'm revving the engine. I'm like driving. I go by it. I open it up, but instead of opening up the chest, it picks up the large bones, and I just keep driving forward, and nothing happened. And I'm like, guys, we picked up large bones. Hold on. And everyone starts laughing in the chat because everyone was just waiting for that thing to open up. So they're laughing. I'm like, guys, we're swinging back around. Then we swing that car around and we do it again. And then we finally open it up, and it was a dragon scaler, and it was just a great moment. Everyone's, it was a great moment.
Oh, wow.
And I was fairly new to streaming. So to be able to experience that moment, not for myself, but and share that moment with all these beautiful people here. It was amazing. It was it was awesome. Something I'll never forget. Like I tell them all the time, God forbid, when I'm 95 years old and dementia hits me, it wishes that it could take these memories away from me, because I will never forget these moments, no matter what. And then somebody said here, and it's true too. Another best moment is me giving or doing like a lap dance kind of a thing, dancing for Cliff on Valentine's Day. Yeah, so great times. Absolutely.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Best game.
So then I can get an idea of how much you love this game, but could you be more specific when this next question? How has Lost Relics changed your life? Which we know has impacted you. I think, well, maybe you might have answered this already by answering your loneliness, I'm gonna assume, but
right.
We could always add on to that.
Okay, so how has it impacted my life? Let's be real. I'm the greatest showman, right? You see my title. It's my favorite movie. This is the life I want to live. I want to be a showman.
Awesome,
I want to be a showman.
True.
I want to perform.
Mm-hmm.
I want to perform for people. So Lost Relics has impacted my life in such a way because it allowed me to do this. Without Lost Relics, there's no stream. And without a stream, you basically effectively take away my ability to live in an environment where I can be a showman, where I can perform. I've been streaming for 3 months. For 3 months has been the most beautiful time of my life because I'm able to live in who I am. I'm able to be a showman. I've been being a showman since I started streaming. I've been entertaining everybody that comes up in here for 3 months, every day for 3 months, minus my days off. Without Lost Relics, there's nothing else. There's no stream, and there's no me feeling extremely alive. Let's put it that way. Lost Relics allows me to feel alive because of the path it goes down. Lost Relics means streaming. Streaming means an audience. An audience means I can perform, I can entertain, I can be a showman, and that's what I want to do. Without it, what am I? I'll just be some guy dying to show myself to the world and see smiles on these people's faces, but I can't. There's nothing. I don't have a platform to do it. It's like you took my stage away. Lost Relics allows all of that to even be reality, and that's how it impacted my life in the best way ever. I can be alive. I can be who I want to be. I can live my showman type life, my entertainer type life. Without it, none of that. You take it all away. You don't just take away a game. If you took away Lost Relics you're not just taking away a game. You're taking away who I am, what I love to do. I love to entertain. I love to meet people. I love to make them laugh. I love to be the clown, to be the fool. purposefully be a fool and purposely be a clown to make other people feel more comfortable in themselves, open up more, because sometimes they're a little, they got a great sense of humor and they like to say silly stuff, but sometimes people hold back on saying silly stuff. They're like, oh, I can't be myself and be silly because this guy seems like a serious guy. I'm just gonna look stupid. Well, don't worry, because I'm gonna make myself look stupid first. Right? And now everybody's happy and everybody's themselves, and I just love it. I just love it. And Lost Relics allows for everything I just said to be a thing. It's the most beautiful thing.
That's a fantastic answer, and I love it.
Thank you, brother.
All right, now the next question is, what are your thoughts about the Valor Expedition? What did you like and dislike about it?
Let's start with the likes, because that's so easy. I love it. I love the whole thing. God bless Cliff's team and their ideas to come up with this update, because the update is phenomenal. I love it. It gives you something to do. It's not a quick something to do. It's not a It's not they didn't come out with a sprint. They came out with a marathon,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a long event. Great. The longer, I don't want to say the longer the better, but there's no rush. And in a game that you love, you don't want to feel rush.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to just keep playing your game, keep acting normal, keep playing it, do the things you love to do in this game, and you just progress little by little. It's fantastic. So I love the duration of the event of
Mhm.
just slowly do it. And then obviously they have that catch up feature to it where it's like, you missed you didn't get all the contracts done. It's not like you lose them. You just, it keeps going. So great. I love that. Um, the fragments, the idea of the fragments, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, not in place, like all the other stuff, all the other
Mhm.
blockchain items turn into it.
Mhm.
Not, not, and not brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. It's brilliant in terms of economy. It's brilliant in terms of simplicity, right? It's brilliant in terms of every content requires it. Or, every paid content that they deem that should be a paid content requires it.
Mhm.
Um, which means you're gonna need it for yourself, or somebody else is going to need it, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So whether you find it to sell it, you'll succeed in that, or whether you find it to use it, you'll succeed in that.
Mhm.
Everything works around like a big circle. It just goes around, around, around. It's brilliant. So everything about the fragments, the update, the Valor Expedition leveling system, along with the talents, perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I also could say that sometimes people, I have arguments sometimes where people say it's not it's not you know friendly in terms of engine cost or
Right, right, right. Yeah,
money. It's not
yeah.
friendly there.
Mhm.
Everyone has a different life.
Of course.
Everyone has different finances. I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong. There's no right and wrong answer. They're not wrong. If they're saying that, that's saying it from a place that they're currently in. So
Mhm.
if they're saying it's expensive, it's expensive.
Mhm.
If there's other people are saying, "Oh, this is not expensive at all," then it's not expensive for them, right? Everyone lives it differently.
Mhm.
So that being said, there are ways. All I want to say is that there's no right or wrong answer here. Everyone is entitled to their truth here in this particular area, because what they what in their personal life, it's true for them, right?
Right.
But what I do want to say is, before you really set that in stone, make sure you learn all the ins and outs. You'll be surprised how much you might have overlooked, maybe not have realized is possible,
Mhm.
right? Um, get your levels up, find them yourself. It can happen. It will happen.
Mhm.
Don't be. A lot of the times, people are like, "Oh, I'm sitting on 450 Waygate orbs, and I've been at 450 for like 100 adventures." You're doing yourself a disservice,
Mhm.
right? Run your Colossuses. Yeah, but I'm lazy. That's fine. You can be lazy, but now we have to pull back. That's fine. But then we would have to pull back on it's not friendly, like engine friendly, because you're not doing it the best in your ability. So that being said, just give it just make sure you ask people. It's a um a beautiful community. They'll you know they're gonna help you uh think outside the box, maybe some things you've overlooked, because at the end of the day, it's a fantastic system. And they wouldn't have Cliff and company. They're geniuses. They're great. They're great at what they do. They
Mhm.
wouldn't have released this if it wasn't too good, and if it wasn't um friendly to a heavy, heavy, heavy majority. So at the very least, make sure you learn what you can about it before you give up on it. It's good and it's doable, and just learn about it. Knowledge is power. So I
Okay.
love it.
So
What I dislike about it,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's maybe what I dislike about it.
Mhm.
Um, No, that's a tough one because I can't even really think of one because I'm just the type of guy that like if I run into like an issue or an obstacle, instead of me saying I don't like this, I just say the first thought is how do I get around it? All right. That's so it's like it's hard because I never my brain doesn't process things I don't like. It just processes things that I could of how to get around it or how to do it. So I don't really recall many memories in my head of me saying I don't like this. But for the sake of the question,
Sure.
if I had to say something about it, um, the contracts require a lot of um
Fragments.
epic
Yeah.
frag,
Hmm.
especially epic, a lot of it, right? And a lot of the other ones, but the other ones, especially the blue one as well. So I'll say a lot of epic and a lot of rare fragments. I do not think they are dropping at a good ratio to the required amount that the contracts desire. And
Hmm.
that might be where most people come from. Like, I can't participate, I can't do this because they might not be finding it. And if I had to answer this question about the dislike, at least I'm being honest about
Yeah.
it. I have noticed a decrease of the drop of these things, which I don't think normally would bother me, but just knowing how required they are, maybe that could,
Yeah.
maybe that could have a bit of an improvement for players to say, I got another one. Now I could do another contract. I got another one. Now I could do another contract. But as of right now, I could see people get caught up on like 20 plus gold contracts because they're just not getting them. They're just
Exactly.
not getting them.
No, that's fine. I like that answer. It's a very good answer.
Yeah,
What
I appreciate that.
what is your current goal in Lost Relics right now?
Um, my current goal in Lost Relics, I guess I could answer this with a short term and a long term goal. My
That's
long
fine.
term goal
That's
is
fine.
tier 17. I love it. Like I said, I love the expedition, the Valor expedition. I said if I'm running track, I'm going for the Olympics. If I'm playing a game, I'm going for the stream. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm participating in the Valor expedition, I am not participating to for halfway. I'm going all the way. So my biggest goal is to work hard, make sure I put myself in the most favorable position to make tier 17 happen and get my mythic weapon at the end. Whether it's the
Mm-hmm.
axe or the doesn't matter. I plan on going the whole way through. I'm going to work hard to make sure that happens for me. That's my long-term goal. My short-term goal, I just nailed a few. So I don't think my short-term goal was I could say 14. I just want to make sure I get the days right. So I'm not like maybe I would say 2 weeks. Let's just say 2 weeks. 2 weeks is fine. It's either 13 days or 14 days. I've already completed the goal, so now now those numbers are just starting to fade away from my head.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was level 8 fishing and level 8 scavenging.
Okay.
So 14 days ago, I was level 8 fishing, level 8 scavenging. That's when I decided to take this Valor expedition seriously, get my, level up and, participate a little bit more with the new content.
Mm-hmm.
That was 14 days ago. I set a short-term goal. So I hit it. So I'm answering the short-term goal, but I did hit it. So I guess we'll make one up soon enough. But my short-term goal was let's get our fishing and scavenging up from 14 days ago, it being level 8. 14 days later, it is now 63 fishing and 61 scavenging.
What?
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I was like, wait, that threw me for a whirl. What?
yeah. So in 14 days, I got them both from level 8 to 63 and 61, which also put me over the 280 to the combined 280 gathering. So I am now gathering, or I'm now collecting my Valdrath Highlands tokens each day.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice short-term goal. I worked at it. I crushed it and we completed it. So that's my short-term goal that we completed. I'll make one, I'm gonna get to another short-term goal soon. And then the long-term one, all
Tier
the way
17.
through, baby. Tier
Mm-hmm.
17. We're going for it all.
I think I'm starting to understand why they had to nerf the Nature's Core, the Malignant Core now.
Hold on. Before that's funny. But I do take pride because they nerfed it from Guardian Arena, they nerfed it from Frostfall Siege, and they nerfed it from a whole bunch of areas. Where they didn't nerf it, because it still remains the same, is from the adventures and the node monsters. The node monsters still drop the Nature's Cores, while Guardian Arena does not drop it at all. And then Frostfall Siege, I was told, or Supremacy, was told that they were significantly reduced. I take pride, and I didn't do any of this. Any of these levels, so from 8 to 63, none of it came from Guardian Arena or anything else. It came from my hands looking like this, so your hands could look like that. That's where it came from. I was in these regular adventures, just rustling through bushes and fishing up ponds from the beginning to the very end. No other way about it. I went straight gathering mode on them. Of course, I used the Nature's Cores when I would get them from node monsters, which they still drop. So it was not from any content that was nerfed. It's straight gathering.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to clarify that. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And this is the last question. So what are some suggestions you would tell Cliff or the dev team to improve Lost Relics? What would you say?
Nah! You just keep it coming, huh? You're swinging for the fences with your questions, man. 'Cause that's good stuff. That is good stuff. That's tough. Suggestions that I would tell Cliff. I don't. It kind of like I think 2 questions ago. I don't really have one, but I'm going to try my best for the sake of the question. So the real answer is they're doing a hell of a job. I have not had this much faith in somebody other than myself in a very long time. Right. They're the way they've been doing things. I don't have to think. I play my game, I go to sleep with a smile on my face, and I wake up and I keep going. I don't have to worry. It's peaceful to know that the updates that they've done or the improvements that they've done, they just put a bone grinder and invert in, right? They're listening. They are listening. And how could I possibly say anything when they have already shown with actions, not words, but with actions, that they are listening and they are making improvements? That is good enough for me to have full faith in the direction of this game. That being said, if I had to just give a suggestion for the sake of the question, for the sake of this question, oh man,
I know it's hard, right?
Wow. Wow. I mean, I don't want to sound so simple and say because I don't know. I'm not a developer. I know nothing about the space. I don't know how hard it is, how complicated, how frustrating it is. I don't know. But if I had a suggestion, just for the sake, so don't take this too much too hard. If Cliff is listening, it's just for the sake of the question and me wanting to give an answer here. I would say you did a great job with your updates. You did a great job with so many things. Maybe let's prioritize. Number one, because everything has been, so many beautiful things have been done already. Let's prioritize co-op. Let's do it. It's time. It's time for this game to explode. And I feel like we lose too many players that are interested in the game from just the description of the game. Like they'll see it on Epic Games.
Yep.
They'll read what they read. They love what they read. They see what they see. They love what they see. So they come in and then they leave once they find out that there's no co-op. It's time. I think it's time for this game to absolutely blow up, and it's going to do that with when players come in and they're playing with their friends. Co-op is here. That being said, I don't know how hard, I don't know how frustrating it is. I don't know what kind of coding goes into it or what kind of obstacles they are going through already trying to get to co-op, and that they know but we don't, right? It's so easy for us to say co-op, and they're just like, we know, but there's a problem, right? So I don't know. But for the sake of the question, I think co-op should be prioritized. This game is ready. It's ready to blow up.
Awesome. Fantastic. Mr. Sin and Punishment. Thank you. Now, Now, everybody, if anyone that's still here, which I'm pretty sure everyone's still here, I want to ask now. It's the time for Q&A. So everybody, hopefully I.
Wait, hold on. Can I take a little wee wee first? My bladder's.
Oh yeah,
about to pop like a
sure,
water balloon.
sure,
All right,
sure.
I'll be real quick.
Yeah,
I
sure,
gotta
sure.
fix up my makeup too. It's probably random.
Sure.
I'll be back.
Okay, sure, great. I mean, everybody, this is fantastic. I mean, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe button if you love the content that I do here, and also a fantastic streamer, Mr. Sin Punishment. Definitely give him a like and a follow as well on his Twitch. I'm gonna find out his socials after this, so we'll find out where you can follow him after this. But yeah, definitely, I've actually learned quite a lot today in this interview, and it's very interesting, very interesting interview. It was a great interview. Thank you, Aya. I do the best I can when I can. Yeah, I definitely learned a lot from him, and yeah, agreed. Thank you. Yeah, you guys have been amazing, honestly. And I mean, honestly, he has a point. I think it's time. I think it's time. If it's not now, it's never gonna happen. That's why I personally, again, my personal opinion, and I've said this many times, that I didn't like it when Cliff put it co-op in Epic Game Store when co-op wasn't there. I'm like,
baby, we back.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just saying how I agree with you. It's time for co-op to come in, and that I felt bad that when Cliff put the game out and he labeled it as co-op, when we know for a fact there's no co-op, I felt like that was just like a WTF moment. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what? You know?
Right.
I like plant surgery. I got Sin pretty motivated when co-op. It's been time since day one, in my opinion. You are absolutely right, Spiz. The governor of giveaways is always right about that. Since day one, we've always wanted that to happen since day one.
My boy Spiz. That's my boy Spiz. Love the man.
All right, so let's try this again. Now that you're not
right. Now that
now that you wet the lizard, you're good. So everybody, if you have any additional questions right now is the time to ask the questions for FAQ right now. So, well, Q&A, excuse me, Q&A, and let's see what we have here. So what can go on? This can go on as long as they want. So we'll see. I mean, unless I've hit all the good questions that everyone was wondering, then.
Amazing questions, by the way, Tito. Amazing. Well done.
Yeah, yeah. I've had experience to do this, and when I was getting my doctorate, I had to interview students, so I had some practice to learn these questions. I haven't do this for research for my doctorate, so I have some idea, like pretty good questions though. Beastie Grill, hey, how are you, Beastie Grill? So yeah, don't worry, we'll just wait for the questions to come in. So
yeah, I'm chilling. The night is young. The sun is highest in the sky. I am going nowhere, brother.
Yeah, I know you're not going anywhere. I'm just saying, because I know. Oh, so while we're waiting, right? Just so you know, this will take about more or less about, I'm gonna say about 2 or 3 weeks before I can get this video out, because I have to chop it all up and then find out, everything. So that's the estimate time I usually give out, 2 to 3 weeks, and I can get it out there.
Great work, brother. You do amazing work. I'm always watching your weekly loot videos. You are a hell of a content creator, brother. So you know that if it takes that long, it's because it needs to take that long for your quality that you demand. You do very good stuff, brother. So no problem. Take your time.
I'm cooking, man. Sheesh. Definitely cooking there, man. Man, that's crazy. I know, you'll definitely be grinding. You definitely be grinding like so much material in Lost Relics right now. It's crazy, man. I always wondered, does this guy sleep sometimes?
Yeah, I'm doing great today. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, how long have we been doing this so far? This interview so far? We
Uh,
started at 2.5 hours.
yeah, about 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have not touched an adventure in 2.5 hours because obviously we were doing the interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
So minus 2.5 hours, um, I have not been streaming for a long time. I've been streaming for 5 hours. So, well, not even. It's like not. It's not even 5 hours here. So minus 2.5 hours for that. That's not a long time of me streaming and being on the game. I'm already at 2 Guardians chests, 1 epic fragment, and 1 legendary fragment, and we barely played. So I am ready to rock and roll and get right back to it very soon because we have started, guys. If there's anything to take away from this entire beautiful moment between that um Hidden Hito is streaming and I'm streaming, if there's anything to take away, it's that it's not about how you finish, guys. It's never about how you finish. It's all about how you start. And we are starting strong and fast today, guys. Strong and fast, and I can't wait to get right back to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, we got some questions coming in right now. Planet Surgery says, your boy already knows, but for the Q&A, what was your mission / job in the army?
Oh my goodness. Good for him because he's also a veteran himself. So in the army, I was what the MOS is called field support. So my job and our job, everybody behind all the people that were in field support with me, our main job is we do anything that helps the front line get back to the front line as soon as possible. So we handle ammunition. So when when you run out of bullets, or you need a you're basically out of bullets, you come back to people like me and people in my unit, and we quickly resupply you with brand new bullets, brand new magazines, but everything as quick as possible, distribute them out so you could be good with the bullets. We also handle food. So obviously, when the people in the front line, they're human, they have to eat too, right? So when they come back, we feed them. We feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever they want. Anything to get them to turn right back around. It's kind of like running dungeons in here. You run a dungeon, you come out, turn right back around, and get right back in there as fast as possible. We're basically the secret stash. We're the front line's secret stash, right? So they come out and they get everything they need. So we handle ammunition, distribution quickly. We handle their meals quickly. We also handle the cleaning of their uniforms quickly. So we do we handle like the laundry and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they just come in dirty, bloody, whatever. They throw it in an area. We make sure that it's good to go. We also handle the showers as well because everyone needs to shower. So we set up in the middle of nowhere. We could set up a whole tent filled from side to side of showers for these people to come in, take a shower with clean water. We do it all. So anything for them to come back, turn right back around, and get right back there, we handle it. Field support.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So Beastie Grill says, so you're like a pit stop in races, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The secret stash. We're the secret stash of the front line.
Awesome. So Aya Wonderland is asking, what's your favorite Bible verse? Since you're a Catholic man.
I am a Christian.
Christian man. Sorry, Christian. Sorry. Thank you for the correction.
My favorite one is what is it? Philippians 4:13, I believe. It is, I can do, and I live by this. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is my favorite one. And that is as true as can be, because everything that I set my mind to, everything that I put myself out there to accomplish, I do it and I win. And I don't win because of RNG, and I don't win because a skill, but it's God-given skill. But at the end of the day, first and foremost, I win because I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. That's my favorite Bible verse.
Very nice.
Great question, Aya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aya's an amazing person. Amazing person. When I did her interview, it was very nice as well. Also, Spiz as well.
You interviewed Spiz? Oh, I would love to check that out.
Oh yeah, it's in the channel. It's all
I was
the way
in the
there.
shower. Yeah, with your interview with Aya, I played it. I put it right on my little like soap holder or whatever I have in the shower, little area. I put my phone there, and as I was showering, I was just listening to you and Aya's interview, and it was awesome. Great, once again, great questions from you, great answers from Aya, great interaction between the two of you guys. You honestly, you do amazing work. And now I would love to. I'm probably gonna do the same thing. Spiz, Spiz, if you're listening, I'm taking you into the shower with me later tonight. I'm gonna listen to you and Hito's interview, man. I'm gonna do the same thing with that one now because that's good stuff. I would love to hear that.
Thanks for the clarification. Aya says, I take pride in knowing I've been in the shower with Sin. Oh, what? Ooh, man. That's gonna make all the other LR players jealous. Like, oh my god, I've been in the shower with Aya. Damn. That's funny.
Very funny, but true. Funny, but true. Very true.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to like. It's kind of like, it's interesting. Like I was at some point, I've always wanted to do like a weekly podcast if I could, but I've never had like a co-host that I can just always just go to and talk to about Lost Relics like all the time. Like, what's the market for this price or this item? What's the, so and so. Like I always wanted to do that, but the problem is, the content has always been like, at the time before you came, Sin, just so you know, before you came, I'm talking about when the old G's know what I'm talking about. When the game was ultra dry, there's this awful dry spell that happens in LR that is like, OMG, how do I still keep playing this game when there's hardly nothing in the damn game at a certain point? This is way before Valor Expedition we're talking about. We're talking like, I know some people are way more OG than I am, where they've played the game when it's Forgotten Artifacts. It was just, the game was insane back then, which I have never seen. I know my boy Slitten knows about that kind of a experience, but for the most part, I myself am pretty happy with the update so far.
I love to hear that, man.
No, vice versa.
And that's very positive for Lost Relics, because now that you love the update, that's going to inspire you to continue with your content, and your content is going to just show people the current state of the game, the new update, all this stuff, and it's just you're putting in so much work in the growth. Like when this game grows and grows big and grows fast, you're gonna have a lot to do with that, brother. A heavy amount to do with that, and that is something that I hope that you take a lot of pride in. That's a very special thing, bro.
No, of course.
Written all over it.
No, of course. And like, so hold on, I'll get to that question. Aya says no, vice versa. They'll be jealous I got in with him. Oh, that's funny. No, so no, really, like for me, like so here's the funny thing. As you can tell, I mean, some people could tell, but some people can't tell. I come from a Spanish heritage as well myself. I'm part Colombian, part Venezuelan, and I bring this up because on the 20th of December is usually my birthday. Well, it is my birthday. And what I learned from Hida, which is, my fiance, she always tells me that that is the day of it's a I know in Spanish culture it's like a kind of like a gesture or like a fool's holiday kind of thing, and I was like, oh, so I'm like a joke more or less. But then I internalized that as a way to say kind of like what you've been saying the whole time with the showman, the Greatest Showman. So I'm like, so I myself could be an entertainer, and I just have to let go of this selfish pride that I have, that I have to just get rid of most of my ego. And I've noticed when I've been able to do that and really just put myself out there, which is very hard to do for me. In the very beginning, it's very hard to put yourself out there, and you're going to have to take the criticism, whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. And I guess for me, what I just love is, you know, what you said, that I have been growing my channel, and I have been seeing growth with the channel, and I'm happy that it's been growing at the pace it's been growing. And like what you said, man, it's a marathon. I'm here for the long game. I'm not here for I'm not here for like, oh, I'm here for 5 months and I'm done. No.
Right.
We're talking like 5, maybe 10. If YouTube's still around, another 20 years, you know what I'm saying?
Right. God bless. God bless.
Yeah,
God will,
yeah. Knock on wood, man. Knock on wood, man. Let's see. Oh, I can't read that. Hold on. Let me give me a second. Hold on. Person's name is Tichiro. Give us back the gold. Yes, definitely. We want gold, man, all the time, man. Of course.
I love it. Of course.
I like plastic surgery. I said usually my birthday. And look, when you're on stream, sometimes you just say some things and you're just like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. You're great at what you do, Hiro. Thank you, Spiz. If definitely morphs into something after doing 4 years of it, but it's maintained being very fun overall. Exactly, Spiz. Exactly. All right, I just want to give people another 2 or 3 more minutes. If they have no more questions, I'm not gonna, hold you hostage here, Sen.
All right, no problem. Guys, if you have any questions, it's like a Q&A, any questions, please head over to Hiro's YouTube channel. It's pinned on my stream here. Head over there, ask him the question, and he'll ask it to me. If you guys have any questions.
Whoa! Is that who I think it is? Is that the legendary Anevi Ivana? Is that the Ivana that I'm thinking about? Oh my goodness! If that's her, that's gonna be crazy to see. I'm impressed. So I have a question. If you could ask Cliff one question and he has to answer, what would it be? Oh, that's a good one. Damn. You have him at gunpoint.
Is that for me, or are they asking you?
No. That I'm pretty sure that's for you.
Or for me? If I had, so repeat it one more time.
Okay, so if you could ask Cliff one question and he has to answer, what would it be?
First of all, that's a great. Who asked that? That's a great question.
Ivana, a very OG LR player.
Yeah. You have to ask Cliff one question. He has to answer. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna keep it, obviously Lost Relics.
Hey, keep it PG, please.
Right.
We don't need to know anything perverted, please. I know.
No, I'm not that kind of guy anyway. To keep it in a serious note, we all know, it's not a secret that the one weapon, the one item, the one transcendent I am dying to have is the Red Menace. This is I'm dying to have. It's my favorite item. I cannot wait. So if I had to ask him a question he had to answer, it would be, Cliff, when are you going to put Red Menace in the game, available to be found, to get? Because as of right now, Red Menace is not in the game. It's not possible as of right now. And I don't care how hard it is. I don't stray away from hard, but I do stray away from impossible. So as of right now, it's impossible, and I don't like that. But put it in, let me have a chance at it. I would ask him, where is it? Why isn't it in the game yet? Why isn't it in the game, or why wasn't it placed in the game with this new update? Because I would have loved to at least have a shot at it already. But since it's not, when and where is it going to be in the game, and and so I can go and get it? That's what I would ask, because that's the only thing I'm missing. That's the only thing that I'm missing. I need it. It's just the cherry on top to everything. My character is completely redded out, red wings, red body, red pet, red morph. I love red. Red is sexy, and I need my sword. Red Menace is a sexy red transcendent one-handed sword. I need it. So yeah, that's what I would ask.
Good thing I didn't ask for your favorite color. I guess it's red, right?
It's red. Oh, it's red. It is sexy. I'm so happy, because then my title is red. I'm just trying to go all red. And red is just sexy.
All right.
Sexy.
So we got another question for you. For Sin, how did you convince the dev to have such a lucky account?
Is this TTRO?
Yes, it is TTRO. Yeah.
I love the guy. Oh man, that is funny. I mean, I'm not supposed to answer that, right? Am I expected to answer that? I mean, obviously, it has nothing to do with my account. TTRO, I tell you all the time, brother. It is hard. It is blood, sweats, and tears that I find success. That's it. I have the same account as everybody else. I'm a human like everybody else. What's out there for you guys is out there for me. Right? It's go out and get it. That's not just to TTRO, that's to everybody. You want it, go and get it. I love you too, brother. He came here, he sent me some hearts. I love you too, brother. Yeah. You guys want it, go out and get it. It's there. I am no closer to it than you guys are. We are at the same reach, and the only thing that allows you to get closer is the blood, sweat, and tears, your hard work, your effort. If I do want to add though, mindset, guys, mindset. It is mindset that gets somebody to quit in 2 minutes, and it's also a mindset that keeps someone going for 20 years. The difference between those two things is simply mindset. So mindset is the root to everything. You have a poor mindset, you'll see negative results. You have a positive mindset, you're gonna see positive results.
All right. So that's funny. Russ says, "Easy, bro. When co-op." She was gonna ask like when is gonna ask co-op for Cliff. Ask when co-op. That would have been funny actually. Yeah. All right. So Ivana says, another question for Sin. What was your initial investment in the game? So an engine, very much.
Like my item, like an artifact or something.
I think like,
or like how much?
Yeah, how much did you? I guess your initial investment. I guess like how much did you put into the game when you first started? I guess.
Fair. If I remember correctly, it's been a little bit. I'm gonna answer this in two parts.
Okay.
So the first part is, if I remember correctly, the only thing I put in, was fairly early because I wanted to take this game seriously. $830. If I remember correctly, that's the number that is hitting me hard. I know it's in the 800s. I think it's $830. $830 worth of engine. So that's the answer in one part. Now the second part, and this is very important because I have found a lot of success in this game. A lot of success. I have made way more than $830 already. Way more than $830. So I have made my investment back and significantly more. So the second part is this, and everybody on my stream knows this because I don't do anything in secret. I don't hide anything. I do everything live right here on my stream. So everyone will know for about 2 months, of my 3 months of streaming, I have spammed the absolute crap out of legendary maps. Now, my initial investment of $830 is not what a legendary loadout is, right? We understand that.
Right.
Because my $830 investment was for a full mythic set. However, as I did that fairly early. As I started to grow each and every day and learn more about the game and kind of like have my own mind figure things out, what I deem worth it or the best strategy, right? I'm a strategist. I figure out what's the best move to make. I got away. I stopped doing mythic maps and I was spamming for 2 months. 2 months of just Elduith, aka just basically legendary, which means and I just mentioned how much success I found and how much more I have gotten back than the original than the investment. That amount that I'm talking about, guys, came from legendary map spamming, which is not the 830. So if anybody's thinking, oh, I have to put $830 in to get that kind of result, no, I actually stashed. Those are mythic items and mythic equipment that was stashed because I was like, this is not where I'm going to be right now. I'm going to be a legendary. And so, to be honest with you, my legendary loadout, I mean, how much is a legendary loadout? Anywhere from 50 to like, let's just say $75, a full legendary loadout. So my success, which has paid me back my 830 plus significantly more, came from a $75-ish investment that I was actually using in legendary maps.
Wow.
So that is what you can do here if you know what you're doing. I told people this, I think yesterday. A lot of the things in this game is not. The heavy majority, the most amount of things in this game that will lead to your success is knowing what you're doing. Just knowing what you're doing. I like to think that I know what I'm doing, and I go at it, and I go right at it. So that's why it's nice to pick people's brains, learn from great players. Don't copy them 100% because varies. Results vary, right? So just get as much information as you can. If you're not succeeding, just keep learning. Eventually you're going to realize that a lot of the lack of success, if any, I'm not saying that anyone's having a lack of success, but if any, it's just coming from like, you might not be doing it the best it can be done. And a little bit of information can say, you know what, I didn't know that. Now I'm going to implement that or do this or do that. And you'll get there. Everybody will get there. I mean, I play with you guys every single day. I'll tell you one thing, hard work is not a question with any one of these people. Everybody comes in here and everybody's working. So nobody is lacking in the hard work department.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that with my own eyes, and that's beautiful. So everyone's got the most important step down. But most of my success came from if I had to put a value on it, from a $70 legendary loadout where I spent 85% of my time in this game. Now I'm finally using my $830 investment items, right? Now I am, because I'm doing mythic now, but I already have gained the success or the engine back or the investment back plus more without that. So it doesn't require that. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
But $830 invested, yes.
Very nice, very nice. Believe me, lots of other players have spent a lot more, but that's great to hear. And plus, you came at the best time when engines kind of like crashing horribly, and
Yeah, right.
some other players like us, we had to spend a lot more when engine was just pumping up to $3. I think at some point it was above $3. Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
That was the case. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and some of us are like hoping to sell our stuff when it comes back that high, and then they would just leave the game, and that's it.
Right. Which is sad because they're choosing to leave an amazing game, which turned out to be an even more amazing game. We all see how the growth of this game. So it's sad that that their decision came from a long time ago at a game in a state, like a phase, in a market, right? All
Hmm.
these things made them make that decision to like give up on it and not return. But it's sad because it is what it is now. It's different now, and it's a very successful game now. So
Hmm.
it's sad, and I hope that we get some of those players back and they give it another shot with everything that's going on the way it is now.
You know what upsets me actually right now is some players, they had the audacity to say, like, when Engine X was, the marketplace was still going, they were like, "Oh, I never got a notice that my stuff will be locked away," and Engine X is like, the stuff that they were selling, they were trying to sell it to make a profit, and when they closed it down, they went to Cliff to then complain, saying, "Hey, this is all the bad stuff," they would say, and then they would
Right.
say, how come I can't get my stuff back?" I'm like, I remember the message too. He said you had 2 years, I think, of messaging.
Wow.
2 years, I
Wow.
believe. I believe.
Right.
Just air quotes, I believe. And I'm like, yeah, you don't check your damn email. You don't check your investments and stuff. Because I know at the time when, I think it was 2021, when crypto was just with NFTs and all these other stuff were booming like crazy before the crash. I'm like, you know how much stuff I had in other investments, and I was just like I literally had a freaking book that kept track of every single crypto transaction that I had to do to make sure my investments that I made were still active. So dang well when I find if I saw some sort of notification from a game that says, "Guys, look, we're not the game is dead," it's like, then you just cash out, obviously. But I just can't believe that some people had the nerve to actually say, "Oh no, I never once got a message." I'm like, then you goofed for 2 years. You goofed. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Right. Right.
Yeah, I had to get that out of my system.
I could tell that was heavy on your heart, brother.
Yeah. So we'll ask a few more questions. I'll say about 2 or 3 more because I think at 4 p.m. will be a good place to stop. Or if people
Sounds
are,
great.
that, because I know you, sir, need to get grinding on that LR,
Uh-huh,
man.
uh-huh.
I don't want to keep you any longer. It's like I said, we can go to 4 p.m. if people have any more questions.
Sounds great.
That's if people have more questions. If they do not, we can wrap up. But while we're waiting for the next question, okay, Sin, could you I guess you can DM me, or if not DM me, give me your socials that you have, or if you want, you could say your socials right now. Like, where can they find you?
Yeah, right on my Twitch. I mean, right on my Twitch. I think under my about me, there's a panel that literally says Instagram. You click it, it's got the link already attached to it. It sends you right to my Instagram. So any of you, anybody out there that has Instagram or scrolls on Instagram or loves Instagram or whatever it is, I have an Instagram. Guys, throw me a follow. Throw me a follow. I'll follow you guys back. Especially if I recognize, but obviously if I have a big, you know, incoming of followers, I'm gonna know it's you guys. So throw me a follow if you guys are on Instagram, and I'll follow you guys back. And it's a nice way for me to keep up with your guys' life outside of Lost Relics, and you guys can keep up with mine outside of Lost Relics. Because when I'm back to training, I take a lot of I post a lot of stories and a lot of posts of me out there training, working out, shirtless videos and pics of me on the track, sweating from grueling workouts. So if you guys want to see all that disgustingness, um, I post it. I'm an athlete. And then I was like, well, I guess now that you say that, I guess I'm on Instagram now. Yeah, so I did. Yeah, I'm chilling. I chill on Instagram a little bit. So that's one social. My next one is, guys, my OnlyFans is also out there for you guys. So just I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Everybody relax. No, yeah, Instagram's like the only one. Facebook, I have Facebook too. It's basically the same as my Instagram. So Instagram just works better. So you guys could either see it through my Twitch if you go to my about me, um or my first, or my name on Instagram is my first and last name. It's or my first short, my first and last name together. So I mean, I'll DM it to you right now, so you could, if you want, you could put it on your YouTube. So this that's literally my name on Instagram, and I'll do it here too, guys. Well, that's not gonna work. Only feet. That's my Instagram there, guys. I mean, if you put that into search, it'll come up.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
nice.
if you put it into search, I just posted it too. Oh, it's very simple, just like that. But it's on my Twitch as well.
Oh wow,
If you guys-
Slin's telling me. Slin says, "Ask him if we will ever see him without the hat." Were you hiding that hat there, Mr. Sin?
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Yes, you guys will. It's very simple. It's very simple. The only reason I'm wearing a hat all the time, is because I don't have a haircut. I'm not looking sharp. I'm not looking sharp. I'm not looking high and tight. And there's a reason for that. And there's a reason for it. It's so simple. I'm living in a different state right now, right? I grew up in New Jersey. I'm living in a different state, and I'm living in the middle of nowhere. If you guys are familiar with you guys know Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he lives? It was in the beginning of the show. They're like in the middle of nowhere, and it's a house, like a wooden house, literally spank in the center of absolutely nothing, for miles and miles and miles of just nothing but one house. That's basically where I live. The nearest haircut, the nearest barber, I'm not even playing, it's like an hour and like 45 minutes away. I am not in any rush to drive an hour and 45 minutes away for a quick cut and then come on back. So that is why my hair is a little long. I could put it in a ponytail if I wanted to right now. So that's the only reason. But I do plan on getting a haircut soon, because it's just too long. And when I do, guys, I won't have the hat. I won't have the hat. Yes, guys, I have hair. Yes, no, guys, I'm not bald. I'm not balding. I'm not now. I got my full head of hair. Sexy as can be. My locks, my mane, everything.
Okay.
But when I get a haircut, you guys can see it on my Instagram. I think there's a picture of me on the track. I get a skin fade. I get a skin fade from the sides and the back. It skin fades into like a kind of like a mohawky kind of a thing. You can see, I think it's like one of my first pictures, or the pinned picture on my Instagram. Yeah, so I'll get a haircut. I'll get a haircut soon. And when I have a fresh haircut, I won't have the hat on. It's as simple as my hair. I don't have a hair. I need a haircut. That's all. That's all, guys.
Very well. All right, Mr. Sin and Punishment. I believe it's that time. So
All right.
I just want everyone. First off, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. You've all been amazing joining the stream. I appreciate everyone. You're coming here. You're all amazing here. And I also have to thank my amazing guest for today, Mr. Sin and Punishment, the grinder master of all grinding in Lost Relics and everything he does. Remember, he doesn't give like 10, 5%. This man gives 1,000,000% in everything he does. So if you love his content, definitely follow him at his socials. And my goodness, man, it's been a pleasure, sir, to do this interview with you.
Oh man, the pleasure, brother, it's mine. Honestly, you killed it. You rocked and rolled it, which is why you do what you do. You already know you're good at this stuff. That's why you do what you do. You bless the whole world with your content, and the things you come up with, that clever mind of yours, that very creative mind of yours. You bless us, the whole world, with what you have, because you know you have it and you don't keep it to yourself. You put it out there for the whole world to see. So, brother, thank you for what you do, for the people of the game, for the game, and for me, because you motivate me when you do such good content creation. I'm just a little baby in that space, but you're setting the tone of how it should be done and how it is done. So thank you for everything you do, and thank you for reaching out to me and having this wonderful interview happen. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I have a question for you. You want to ask me all these questions in the world. You don't ask me if I have a question for you.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, hey,
okay.
I mean, there will be at some point someone will interview me at some point, and I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna be crazy when that happens. Whoever's brave enough to do that, they're gonna have an interesting answers. But sure, what's the question you want to ask me right before I leave? Sure.
This is the first time I've done anything like this.
Okay.
From your you've done interviews, you've done this, you're good at this stuff. Did I do a decent job? Would you consider this like a good interview? Was this a good interview?
Oh yeah, phenomenal. Obviously, you did a fantastic job. You've answered all the questions to the best of your ability, and I can tell you were being very genuine, because I know when you're on your stream, you were put on a show. From when I first saw you, I thought you just put on a show. But then when I'm interviewing you, I'm getting the energy vibes, because I can tell, like, based on people's voice and their energy behind the voice, I can tell. I'm like, okay, this person's being genuine. He's not, BSing me here. He's actually genuinely means what he means. And no, you answered all the questions perfectly. You didn't give me a hard time. You didn't say anything that was, vulgar or anything, because I try my best, try my best to keep everything PG as much as possible, because anyone could go and watch these things,
Right. All right. Well, that makes me happy, man. That makes me happy. Coming from you, who has done interviews, and you're great at the socials, the YouTubes, the Twitches, the streams, the interviews, everything. So that's awesome to hear that, that I did an okay job. That's what I wanted to. I didn't want to make such a beautiful event.
Man, stop being so modest, man. Okay, my behind, man. You did amazing. Get out of here, man. You did amazing. 10 out of 10, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
10 out of 10, brother.
Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the follow. All right, so Spiz says shots fired. I'll interview next week. Sure. We'll see. All right, everybody. So you've all been amazing, and everybody, never forget to follow your arrow. Take care.